Basically, in high school, I was part of this engineering club, and we built like solar electric vehicles. So
That's
like,
fucking.
yeah, these cars they've got it's just like a car battery, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we've got like a solar grid on the side, like a bunch of solar panels that we like hook the batteries up to,
Mm-hmm.
and it charges the batteries. Look it up. What is it?
It's
Texas
actually really cool.
Solar
I don't think we ever did that as kids.
Vehicle. So Texas Solar Car Challenge. This shit, bro.
Do you think there could be like athletic sports for engineering projects like this?
I would think so.
I think like F1 is probably a good example of that now.
F1?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
all the engineering that goes into those race cars. Because there's
Uh,
not a whole lot of engineering that goes into like NBA or NFL or MLB. Like uh, those are more like God-given talents. Not a whole lot of creativity involved in that.
yeah. I'm sure they have competitions and shit. Like they got this shit.
Yeah, but it's not as big as like the sports competitions.
Yeah, because nobody gives about nerds, dog.
Yeah, I know, but like, why? What's missing?
Because they're
What?
just fucking nerdy, dude. Let's see. Solar. Okay, well, look. So these, we didn't participate in this class of vehicle, right? But
Hmm.
this right here, this is, was it solarcarchallenge.org, right?
Hmm.
Um, this is at, was it the Texas Motor Speedway up in like Fort Worth,
Hmm.
like the NASCAR track? Um, we would basically like have our cars, and we didn't, there's two classes, right? The ones that have the solar panels like on the actual vehicle, and then there's ones where like you have your solar grid and you can charge your batteries, and then whenever you need to like swap out your batteries, you pull in for a pit stop, change out your batteries, and then continue. And they just count like how many laps you can do, you
Hmm.
know? I think there's different categories like highest speed and all that shit. One of these groups, this is high school shit. One of these groups got one of those cars to go like 67 miles an hour. And this is like the one of these ones with the solar panels. Not even like, okay, we're gonna like load up a full battery pack and then send this motherfucker and just see how fast it can go. They're doing it with these, bro. That dude, all Asian team, like they're smart as fuck, you know.
Dude,
But
imagine. So, how old do you? How old is are the kids in that?
like 14 to 18.
What if we started having kids like teaching kids to try to achieve this type of project at 10 years old? Like, what if that was a metric of instead of having these standardized tests that we give to every grade school student, it's more so trying to apply whatever you learned into
Yeah,
reality
I
every
think
school year instead of doing the standardized tests.
that is true. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
Actually, like finding some way to apply it to the real world.
Hmm.
Because I remember when we were doing this, we had to like literally fabricate like the entire wheelbase and all that shit for the car that we had, and we were doing like machining. Like I think, from my sophomore year to my junior year, I was the lead for the mechanical team of the group. So it was like I handled like the fabrication and like all the machinings that we did. Well, I mean, not all of it. Like there's other guys doing it, right? But like I was the lead for that. And then in like my final year, I switched over to the design team just because we didn't have anybody over there and they needed somebody. And one of the guys, this dude Stanley, his dad was like a welding instructor at at our school. He literally like machined the hubs for the wheels that we use on the car. And that shit was like, at the time, we're kids, we're like, whatever, dude, you're just on the mill all day, you fag. Like, we were just talking shit. But looking back, I was like, this dude literally made like by hand from like a solid piece of aluminum. He made the hub for like the wheels that we use on the vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Great. We also had some that were used from like a prior vehicle, so like not all of them were used. But I was just like, yo, this shit's crazy. And then there's a whole story of like we had the teacher that was leading us. This dude, Mr. Franz, he passed away. I think like 2 years ago. Um, I don't even know, man. But maybe like last year. When he started like they made a separate high school for our entire like district or whatever. We originally only had one high school, and then they made another one, and they shifted the solar car project to the second one. And Mr. Franz stayed behind at the original high school, and he started another program where they built like a plane, like an actual plane, like from scratch, like, you know, one of those crop duster ones or whatever. They actually built a plane, and I think there was a couple students that got their pilot license, like doing that shit.
Dude.
Yeah, it was crazy. And after like it shifted to the other thing, we got a new instructor for like a year. You know, I kind of like stopped going because the guy that we had, like, there was no competition that we engaged in like my junior year. So I was kind of like, this dude doesn't really seem like he knows shit or whatever, like whatever. And then my senior year, we got this other dude that I knew from like middle school, who originally I thought it was a good guy, this dude, Mr. Ramirez.
Mm.
And he took over the project.
Originally thought he was a good guy?
Originally. Huge piece of shit. Huge piece of shit. Mr. Ramirez, if you're out there, you're the worst teacher ever.
Oh.
You shouldn't be a teacher. I know you're sucking Verstiv's dick, but yeah, he took over, and like this dude was just weird about some shit. Like he was making comments about the chicks. Like this is a grown ass man making like comments about like the chicks that we had in our, you know, group.
Mm-hmm.
And these are underage girls.
Yeah.
You know? And we had like one dude that was gay, and he would be there like buddying with like the other guys, being like, dude, that guy's a faggot. We should get him out of here. And this is like the instructor for our class, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really give a like, I was just like, I'm just going to do my thing and whatever. Like, we'll build this car and go to competition and all that. We were in here. You see these like lanes back here? These are the pits for like the actual NASCAR shit, right?
Yeah.
We were in there, and we were having major issues where like the rules guys, like I think we had like 2 or 3 days to actually accommodate our vehicle to the rules that they had.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have judges come, and they'd be like, yo, I mean, your wheelbase isn't long enough or whatever, or this or that, or like you need to have more space in the cockpit, or, you know, all that type of shit. And there was a lot of shit that we were literally like, we got angle grinders and or welding, and we're like, yo, we just need to like we need to compete, so let's do whatever the fuck we can, right?
Yeah.
And
this sounds intense, dude.
It is intense, dude.
Yeah.
And I think I was like 17 at the time, man. And we're doing all this shit, and it's him, and then there's like 2 other chaperones that are there. One of them's like STEM director. I think his name was Mr. Battles. He was like in charge of all the STEM shit, or some of the STEM shit, right? And we're there, and I remember that, what's it called? Like this media center right here, they had this as like a cooled off area because it was hot as fuck. It was like the middle of the summer with all the asphalt. They said it was like, you know, 120 degrees on all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, if you feel like you're going to pass out, like come to the fucking media center. We got cold water. We're blasting the fucking AC in here. And one of the people on the team, like they ended up fucking going in there because they're like, yo, like I'm about to pass out. And I remember it was in like the middle, like we were already racing, and we were in the middle of like doing our laps and all that. And we had like just done a battery swap. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go check on them. You know, I was like, I didn't let anybody know. I was just like, I'm just going to go check. And I'm there, and I'm like, yo, you good or whatever. And I left because we had radios, we had walkie talkies. We were talking to each other and shit. I left mine behind at like the pits. And I go back, and this dude comes at me like all heated. And he's like, where the fuck have you been? Like literally like that in front of the fucking pits. This grown ass man is talking to a 17-year-old like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, where the fuck have you been? You not been responding to me. I was like, yo, I was in the media center, like checking up on this chick, making sure she was good. And he's yelling at me and all this shit. And he's like in my face, and I'm like, are you seriously yelling at me right now? Like, you think this is like the time and place for that? Like, that shit's crazy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was like one of the scenarios, man. There was another scenario where we got pretty heated on like another competition. And then later, we found out that we had been doing fundraisers. We were like selling chili dogs or some shit during lunch to like whoever wanted them in the cafeteria. We found out later that this dude, like he had a coin purse where he was collecting all the cash and all this shit. And we found out later that this guy like took all of that money, bro.
For himself?
Yeah, and he was saying like he misplaced it and all this shit. And this was like they found out because this was my senior year. So like after all these competitions and all that shit, I graduated, and I got a call from Mr. Battles. I think his name is Mr. Battles, like the dude that was in charge of the STEM thing. He was like, "Hey, you know, like in case like we need you, do you feel comfortable? Like, would you feel comfortable coming to appear in court and stand as a witness and all this shit?" And I was like, "Yo, let me know." But I never got a call back. But I was like, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. It was crazy.
This was Mr. Ramirez guy?
No, it was Mr. Ramirez was the guy that stole shit.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Battles was like he was like a superintendent or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But he's in charge of a lot of like the STEM shit, you know?
But Mr. Ramirez is the one that stole the money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he still works there. Apparently there was a lot of shit going on where like there was like 2 teachers that were caught like selling weed to students, and they were like married. And then there was I think like 2 cases while I was at like the second high school that they built where there was like teachers, students, and a lot of this shit was just getting like covered up by like the superintendent team or whatever you call them, like the people that are in charge of like the whole district. And apparently the guy that was in charge, I don't know if you call him the president or whatever, but apparently he was buddies with like certain people that were like teachers at the school, and he was covering up for a lot of shit, and he was friends with this guy. So apparently the Mr. Ramirez was having like I had him in middle school as like a science teacher or something. Apparently he was having a lot of issues, and I was like, "Oh, he's working at the high school now. Like, why is he working at the high school?" Apparently he was having issues there, doing some weird shit. Like there was so much weird shit that happened at Southwest, bro. So much weird shit. I remember one of the dudes that I like knew since elementary. Like, I guess we were in middle school, and his like little sister was in like 6th grade or some shit, and they were in gym class, and they were doing like stretches, and you know the chicks had like their legs open, and there's a gym teacher there that was like walking, you know, amongst them, and you know my buddy, he walks up to his sister and he like leans down and goes like, "Ooh, smells good," while she's like stretching her legs open, bro. And I was like, "Yo, hang that motherfucker, dog." Ugh. Ugh.
Damn.
It's crazy, right? You have any stories like that?
No.
Dude, I don't.
Dude, Carla, because me and Carla have entirely different childhoods. She's been through like a lot of the traumatic shit that most people like that you think. Well, she's been through more traumatic shit than I ever have. I don't think I've ever encountered a trauma in my life.
Really?
Yeah, or nothing that really comes to mind. Maybe like over time at some point I'll start realizing like, oh, maybe this shit wasn't all that kosher, but
Yeah.
up until now I haven't really like Daniel was asking me if I've ever experienced like a racist situation where someone's being hateful towards me or someone
Yeah.
around me, and not really. No.
I can't recall either, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I've been called slurs before, but honestly, it wasn't even hateful. You know,
exactly.
it's
That's
like
what I
my
mean.
friends are
Yeah,
calling me slurs,
yeah.
calling me a beaner or wetback or whatever.
Hmm.
And they're like, "You want some chorizo, boy?" You know? I'll be like, "Dude, you want some avocado toast? You want a Cutwater, dog?" Like, you, dude.
What is it? Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron, or whatever the fuck.
Something like that. Yeah. I always had when it comes to that sort of shit, I guess just like struggle and all that. I always had like the image of my mind of like you know how they make katanas and they sort of like reinforce steel and all that? They just kind of like fold it over on itself and beat
Yeah,
it the down and like compress that shit until it's strong as
yeah,
I always kind of pictured like that's how people are too,
yeah,
you know? Like you'll get folded over, you know, you'll be hot as fuck. People will put you over the fire, fold you over, beat you the down, but you're only going to come out stronger, you know?
yeah.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. What's the point? What are we talking about?
Like traumatic shit that happens to you over time, it just kind of makes you stronger. It goes back. I don't know. So that's a great way of referring to like going through shit makes you stronger. And I prefer that analogy, that story, the description you gave over the katana.
Yeah.
But anytime I hear anybody saying that, like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, I just think of that song,
Yeah.
and you know what
That's some
song
real
I'm
shit.
talking.
That's some real shit.
And-
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Mm,
That's not saying no more. All
no.
you pussies out there that can't call you retard and you lose your shit. Your world ends. Fuck you.
There are people that get offended real easily.
Yeah. I
Like
mean, if you get
for stupid
offended,
shit.
that's not the problem, but your world shouldn't end
Yeah,
because
no.
of that,
Yeah, but that's what like offense means to a lot of people nowadays. It's
Yeah.
like the world ends.
Yeah. You're not always going to like what people have to say, but it's not like somebody shot you in the dick. Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? It's not like somebody's, you know, kidnapped your child or ruined your life.
Mm.
I mean, I guess depending on who you are, like if you're like someone with like a public image, I guess it could, you know? I guess, right? That's really the
Yeah,
only scenario where it applies, but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was thinking, what do you think about like this podcast and people that are willing to come on it? Like, does that make them a public person now, or does it make it like since we know that the podcast has little to no reach at all, maybe 10 people, 15 maybe, I'd like actually watch it.
Yeah.
Like, does that make him a public person or like this? It's still private, right?
Um I think so. I mean, I think everybody's public at this point
Mm-hmm.
cuz like dude, you could be out in public, you don't even know if somebody's recording you or making a video about you or some shit like that. Like you could be in the background of somebody else's shit and they'll put a caption and be like, "Yo, doesn't this guy like look like a child molester or something?" You know, you never know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Yo, dude, I was gonna go buy some Skechers. Like, what's going on?" You know, this is more like you're putting it out yourself, so I guess you got to be okay with it.
Yeah, it's like you're more selective about what about you is out there, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Are you pretty selective about it? Is there stuff that you will not say on here, or what? I mean, I'm
I
sure
don't.
there is.
I
There's some
mean,
stuff I won't, but
like family stuff that I
yeah,
prefer not to talk about. Like, but I mean, if the conversation calls for it, then it's like a
yeah.
split
You can like
minute. Like,
reference it.
yeah, you can
Yeah,
reference it. You could be like, oh, well, this is the type of situation that it was. But I mean, you could obviously don't have to name names or anything
yeah.
like that. But apart from that, like I don't think like there is anything. At least initially, you don't think that there's anything that you would like want to not put out there, right? But then you start feeling pressure, and I don't know what it feels like to have that kind of pressure put on you, and whether or not you'll
To release like classified details about your life or what?
not just classified details, but like your true thoughts on things.
Yeah,
Like, because if you do kind of express yourself, like in a what you perceive to be in a truly genuine way, there's not everybody's not going to take it the same way. Everybody there's a lot of people that might take it the wrong way,
yeah.
and they might ostracize you and maybe not want to hang around you um or whatever the case may be. They won't give you a chance.
Mm.
Um, I lost my train of thought.
You're making a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
talking about like people are kind of being selective of what they say.
yeah,
I guess you could say like based off of what they think is popular or like less taboo or whatever.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
if I ever felt if I truly felt in my heart that, let's say for example, if we went back to COVID times, if I felt that masks were bullshit and that I feel like the vaccines are more bad than good, like knowing that most of the people around me are super pro mask, super pro vaccine, like what like would I have would I feel the freedom to be able to speak on what I truly feel about that?
Probably not. No. I mean, like at work, I don't talk about all the shit that I think
Mm-hmm.
because, for one, I just don't want to deal with it. You know, like I'm there to do work.
Yeah.
I'm fine with like maybe not small talk, but like talking shit and being cool with everybody. But you know, we work in maintenance. We're not political analysts or reporters or
Yeah.
journalists or any of
But
that
people get
stuff.
emotional about this stuff, man. Like
Yeah,
irrationally emotional.
yeah. But I think most of the people there are like cool, even if they are opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But that's the thing, that they are opinionated and they know how to. They can express themselves.
yeah,
The big piece of the problem is that a lot of people don't know how to express themselves effectively.
yeah. I mean, I think it's fine. Um, I think it just depends on what you choose to do. Like, I just don't at work. I don't want to talk about it. If we're outside of work, I'm an open book, bro. Like most of the shit that I'm talking to you about, I would not talk about at work just because it's like, dude, I'm here to work. I'm locked in. Like, if I start talking about some shit, I'm not gonna want to work anymore. I'm just gonna want to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
So please do not distract me because I will get distracted.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to like coming online, if you're gonna put yourself online, might as well be yourself because no matter what, people are gonna fucking hate you.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some people that hate you.
Yeah.
I could be like, everyone should love each other and we should all be fair to each other and we should all be kind. And somebody's gonna be like, fuck you, you fucking dumb piece of shit,
Like, I know you don't mean that.
you fucking agate, like, yeah. Meanwhile, they're a piece of shit, but
Yeah.
I don't know. You get what I'm saying, though, right?
Oh
That makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think you understood my point.
I do understand your point.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of rambling at this point, so
No, but yeah, no, but just circling back to, I don't know what kind of pressure that feels like in order to be truly honest with my thoughts when I'm talking to people.
yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I always thought people were like fags whenever they would be like, you know, I guess it applies to multiple things, right? Like whether you're putting your thoughts out there or, you know, I guess it applies like if somebody's coming out as like gay or something, right? They're like, "Oh, you're so brave for putting yourself out there." I was like, "Dude, what's brave about that?" Like,
Yeah.
you know. But I guess like being yourself and allowing yourself to be put under the scrutiny and choosing to be that way either way, like I wouldn't say it's the bravest thing in the world, but it does take a bit of courage to actually do that.
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah.
just you know be like a social cuck and just go with what everybody else says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which I think is probably the easiest thing you could do in life.
Yeah. Just
That
kind
makes
of go
sense?
with the flow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go against the grain, as they say.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
saying that, but I'm more of a go with the flow type of guy.
I know you are.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Well, how do you? So, talking about this makes me think about a situation that happened at work.
Yeah.
I mean, I already mentioned his name, and I don't think he'll mind. But like when David Luna got fired, like
Yeah.
that kind of bothered me a little bit.
It did, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cuz I've had some people come up to me
yeah,
and be like, "Oh, hola amigo." Like literally, I'm not even kidding. "Hola
yeah,
amigo. Hey, enchilada quesadilla?" And I'm
yeah,
like, "Are you serious, dog?
yeah,
And you got the balls to go bitch about some other shit?" Like,
yeah,
what? I mean, if we're cool about it, then hey, cool about it. I'll go ahead and be like, quesadilla, like, what's up, fool? Like, I'm down with that shit. But when you're being a hypocrite, it kind of pisses me off.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't fuck with that shit.
yeah. I just don't f with the idea at all of someone getting fired for something that they said.
Yeah. If it's actually affecting work, then
Yeah,
yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, that's
Especially like high level performers. Like there is something to be said about that.
Luna was a high level performer.
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, mechanically, I think he was like one of the best ones on our group. But
That's what I mean is that
yeah,
everybody has
it,
their specialty, and
yeah,
I think
true.
that's what makes the
He did
whole org.
specialize in that type of shit.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes the whole like maintenance team kind of.
I guess he was a high performer, huh?
Yeah.
Fuck,
Dude, yeah, there was a lot of shit that I mean, I'm glad he was there because I want to know what the fuck to
that's
do. Like,
true. I guess I just think about it from my perspective. I kind of forget. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, if it's still kind of fucked up. I've been having to like adjust it, especially for the techs, over my new area.
yeah,
But I'm kind of like, dude, if you don't know how to operate the fucking robot, like, why are you fucking here, dog? But then I gotta like tone it back and be like, okay, just show them how to do it.
yeah. Because it really is an entirely different world. It's like a different language that you're trying to teach somebody.
Yeah,
Because no one, you don't understand what the base level is of anybody that you're trying to communicate with. Like these types of like, even driving a robot might be a high level concept. Like the XYZ coordinate system, like that might be mind blowing to somebody once they finally realize or
yeah.
try to articulate or try to visualize that there in their head.
I think it is. I think it just appears different to me because it's like my norm,
Yeah.
at this point. But yeah, I gotta stop being a piece of shit and stop like, thinking that type of shit. But I've been having to catch myself a lot, bro. Now that
Yeah.
I'm doing this other shit, I'm thinking like, damn, bro, I'm not as good of a person as I thought. Like,
Yeah.
I'm seriously like, I need to check my ego. I need to be more chill with the guys around me, like
Yeah.
that type of shit.
I think I actually lost a lot of ego about it. I feel more vulnerable in the technical sense nowadays since
Yeah,
I'm not like around it every day. I feel like I'm not as sharp as I used to be, and that just the idea that maybe I've gotten a bit dull. Like it it submits me into not having an ego about it,
yeah,
but it also like makes me kind of sad and like
yeah.
I miss it. I
It's
miss it so
kind of
much.
crazy, right? I felt
Yeah,
like the whole point for a while was to like get your boots off the ground and get in some nice, comfortable dress shoes and sit at the fucking desk or whatever. But
yeah,
it's like, damn, bro, I miss the fucking boots.
yeah,
You know?
dude. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Like I was telling Phil, the best time of my life was night shifts when I was a
Oh,
maintenance
dude,
tech
old D
with.
shift, man. I still think of that, dude. Even the guys, like, we talk about it, and like half of the time when I see Juan, especially, we'll bring up like old D shift, and then Jaime too. Like Jaime Jr.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be talking about old D shift, dog, and that was the meta group, bro. There was no group better ever at Tesla. There's probably people smarter, but
Yeah,
that don't mean they're better, dog. We're the best group of retards in that plant, dog.
yeah, dude. Like that shit just worked.
It did.
It was just awesome. It just there was a hierarchy without there being a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like everybody just knew like what we
Everybody
needed.
on that team was a fucking shooter, dog. Well, I don't know if they were shooters,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Dude,
was,
that's funny. That's actually an interesting category that we need to talk about how to categorize people. Who are the shooters and how would you describe a shooter?
um,
This will be
a
great. Shout out
shooter?
Walter. Walter, listen to this. We need to make this a category. A shooter.
A shooter.
Walter Sparks. Walter
Yeah.
Sparks.
Shout out Ram, too. I've heard it from Ram. Shooters and ankle grabbers. I don't know if those are two
Okay.
different categories, but maybe they're the same thing. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think, dude, I think if you're a shooter, you're like below ankle grabber. Because if you're an ankle grabber, oh, dude.
If you're an ankle grabber, you're
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
You ankle grabber. You get that, right?
No, I
You
didn't
don't
get
get
that
ankle
terminology.
grabber?
No.
Dude, look, check it
Like
out.
Travis tried to
I'm gonna show you
explain
an
it to
ankle
me one
grabber.
time,
So you
but
grab the ankles and
yeah.
you're an ankle grabber, dude. Cause you dog. Ankle grabber. You're grabbing the ankles, dog. So I think if you're an ankle grabber, you're above a shooter for sure. But
All right, all right. So we know a few ankle grabbers. Who would you consider an
ankle
ankle
grabber,
grabber?
Walter's an ankle grabber for sure.
Walter's an ankle grabber.
Um, who else? We gotta like talk in sections because if I don't like narrow who I'm thinking about. I just don't.
Top 10 out of anyone
Top
you would work
10
with.
ankle grabbers. Top 10. The Schleck brothers
Yeah,
are
I
up there for
second.
sure. There's some ankle grabbers. Schleck brothers. Fuck. Who else? Are we just talking about maintenance, or who are we talking about? I think maintenance, right?
Yeah, let's
Or
just do
like
maintenance.
previous, like pretty recently maintenance.
Yeah, anyone who's been a maintenance technician.
I mean, Ram. Who else? Yeah, Walter,
Would you say Travis?
Travis. Yeah. Who the else, man? I can't think of anybody right now.
Would you consider Eder an ankle grabber?
Yeah, sadly, yeah. I know people hate on Eder, and he is a asshole, but
He's
is
an ankle
smart.
grabber, man.
He is.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to get by him, but yeah. Hey, I mean, if you can't work with assholes, then
you can't be an ankle grabber.
Yeah, you better figure it the out. You know. I don't know. How many is that? 5? That's like 5. So Shake Brothers, Phil, Danny M,
Danny M. Who's Danny
Musto.
M? Musto.
As far as the CNC guys, I don't know shit about CNC. Thank God Musto exists. For real.
Shout out Musto.
Yeah, dude. Cleaning the chips.
I remember initially he was hired as a maintenance technician. He was focused on just maintenance type stuff. He never really around with the CNCs initially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he had this,
those were the days, because those were when we really like chill on the line and try to like figure the shit out together.
Yeah. And the whole time he had like all this CNC knowledge like locked behind the vault door. He's like, you asshole. Everybody's tweaking out every time the CNC goes down. And you're over here, it's like probably the smartest person there. Besides the engineer.
Dude, he's building a CNC shop inside his garage.
I know, he's told me.
Yeah. He's no, dude. He has a whole air extraction system to be able to suck all the metals now. Like, it's huge. It's professional, dude. Like, it's coming out nice. You should check it out.
I'm gonna go pop up one random weekend and be like, yo, Musto!
Yeah. You need to come back. We'll have dinner and we'll look over all that shit.
I'm gonna grill some steaks, dude.
Yeah.
I'll buy some steaks. I'll bring over somebody like Milanesa or some shit, like some cheap shit. Because I don't got that much money, dog. So I'll just get like a couple pounds of Milanesa and then we can eat that shit. The cheapest shit, bro.
Milanesa.
That's the cheapest shit you can get, bro. Hey, tell me it ain't good though. And you don't need to put it on for that long. You throw that bitch on, you like blink 3 times and you take it off. Right?
Yeah. I'm good with anything you can put on a grill, man.
But what were we talking about?
Fucking ankle grabbers.
Okay, I think
if you're having this trouble, like figuring out 10 ankle grabbers,
because there's not many ankle grabbers, dog. I'm thinking of like ankle grabbers.
Yeah,
if we're talking shooters, I can name more shooters.
Yeah,
right.
Ankle grabbers.
I don't know if Juan's between like ankle grabber and shooter territory. Where do you think?
Marin?
Yeah. Because I haven't worked with him in a while.
Yeah, no, but even when we were together, he was usually with Tyler, so I never really got I've only had great experiences with him.
Yeah, he's definitely a shooter. So
in my book, I would have him. I would feel great of having him in a situation, in a complicated situation.
Yeah, if I'm putting the Schleck brothers up there, Juan's up there, and then shooters, Jaime G, if he actually like wants to work, then he's a shooter, right? Hunter.
You're saying if he wants
to. I mean, I'm not gonna bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's my boy and he is good, but it's like, you know, if you're gonna be an ankle grabber, you gotta apply yourself. You know, you can't fuck with half effort, dog.
Yeah,
can't be giving lazy dick. So You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're gonna be an ankle grabber, you need to put some effort in it.
Yeah.
I put myself in the shooter category because sometimes I'm just like, fuck this shit, bro. I don't want to fucking be here.
Uh-huh. But you also have good days where you're just excited to be there and even be
Absolutely.
there late.
What do you mean?
Like, have a problem that it just has everyone so dumbfounded that no one even knows what to do. So you have the free reign to just kind of just
Do
fucking go
whatever the
wild,
fuck.
do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck,
and who's
dude.
gonna
Like,
tell me what I can't do? Because it's like, is it running yet? Have you gotten it running?
exactly.
Shut the fuck
And
up.
then once you finally get it running, dude, like it's 12 at night. Like, oh man.
Yeah, but I never stayed late like that. That's
Uh,
why I'm not putting myself as the ankle grabber. Because it's like, when I was a technician, I was like, oh, cool, you got the leads and the soups here? Deuces. It's 5 o'clock. I'm out of here, you guys, you know?
uh,
So I would put that.
yeah.
But when it comes, dude, when it comes to the system and like the position I'm in now, I'm grabbing all the ankles, dog. I ain't gonna lie. You too, man. You're fucking real hard, man. I bet there's a lot of people limping out there because of the fuck that you're doing, man.
I don't around on the line as much anymore.
Well, I'm not just talking about that. I'm not talking about like recovery and shit like that. I'm talking
Yeah.
about like what we're working on now.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
different.
yeah, it's interesting. That is like we're working on something interesting,
Yeah,
and people are starting to see the benefit out of it and like how it like all makes sense.
yeah,
And it's exciting to see that it's starting to catch fire. It's like
absolutely, dude.
we're starting to fan a flame that we've created, and we're like nurturing it and trying to see let it spread. And if it
Yeah,
spreads, dude, that'd be cool
it
as
needs to
shit.
spread.
Yeah.
I will forcefully spread it. I'll help you for real. But
That's funny. It's a more specialized thing, so I don't think a whole lot of people appreciate it,
no,
but I do think it is almost as equally as a
if anything, the people above will appreciate it more.
yeah.
I don't think, honestly, I think a lot of people below, like at the ground level, are not gonna like it.
You don't think so? Like,
I don't think
what
so.
if you're able to derive an actual project that you can see, that you can measure, like where you were initially, what the problem was, and then you propose a project that the maintenance technicians can work on, and they see the benefit of it, and then you get to point B, and now we're producing so much more from their work, from their initiative and their ideas based on the
Yeah,
data that we teach them how to read.
yeah, but also I think like paperwork is the bane of a tech's existence. So like, while it is useful, I think it is
Well,
useful. I
I'm I'm
actually
I'm
believe it's
speaking
useful.
about the technicians that are kind of striving to be something more, be more methodical, think more methodically, more like an engineer. Think about it in terms of numbers and how you yourself can have an impact and how to have a measurable impact that you can kind of fight for yourself on the next review or whatever.
I think that's good. But even that being said, I think some techs will not give a and they're gonna be like, "Well, you're in charge. Like, shouldn't you be tracking all this shit?"
Yeah,
You
but
know,
but we could also reward those types of texts in a different way. This is what I mean. This is why it's a good way to categorize these types of people in a different way, who are ankle grabbers, who are shooters, and
the shooters and shitters, dog.
so from shooter you go to shitter. Like that's
Well,
is
those
there
are the
anything
use.
in between?
I, I guess so. You don't have to be one or the other. I don't think.
Mm.
But those like I've always like used those two. You know, when I'm describing somebody, it's like, are they good or not? And I was like, well, here are the shooters and here are the shitters, man. You
Hmm.
sift them.
You can't define anybody as being like good, like defensively, and someone being good offensively. Like, how would you describe someone like Cody Korn?
Cody Corn's Cody Cody Corn is like pretty close to shooter. He's a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
but I'm sure he's hard to work with.
Yeah, but
You know?
being a shooter, he also has different skills that a lot of people don't
Yeah.
like think about it as being a problem solver type of mindset, right? Like you need something, but you don't know where to get it. If you tell Cody Corn to, hey, I need this specific thing,
Yeah.
can you leverage everything you know about this plant and see if you can acquire said item for me, or said like a lift truck or something like that? That dude, minutes later, will show up with
Oh
something.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's a shooter for sure. But I mean, there's pros and cons to
Yeah, yeah.
everybody, you know?
But
Like I've talked to some
that's
of
what
the
I mean.
guys.
How do you differentiate shooters between, because you need a shooter, you need Steph Curry,
Yeah.
but you also need someone who's really good at defense. You need a Mutombo type guy. You need your Jordan.
Um
You need your Rodman.
oh, I got you.
You
So
need,
who are the good defense guys?
yeah,
What'd you call that category? They're not ankle grabbers or shooters, right?
like
I think ankle grabbers is like a category where some of them like overlap,
mm-hmm,
where you're a fucking shooter and you also play defense,
mm-hmm.
you know? But what's the category where it's like, okay, maybe you're not a shooter, but like
Okay, so shooters would be more like PLC robotic type mentalities, or what do you think?
shooters, just good technically.
Good technically. And so what would you say are the defensive guys, the people that are good
Shooter, ah, fuck.
cuz the shooters are taking the long shots, I would say,
Yeah.
right? The more riskier decisions. They're taking more on the responsibility as to whether or not this is going to work.
Yeah.
Um
I would call them like, I was gonna say backpack. Does that make sense? They're like backpacks, you know?
they're like
They got, yeah.
toolboxes.
Okay, well, I wouldn't call them
They have
tool bags.
they, they have a Rolodex of tools within them.
Yeah, yeah. But I just don't know what I would call them. I think backpacks is better than calling them a tool bag, right? Because I don't think I don't.
Or Swiss Army knives.
No,
Or
no.
Leathermans.
They're like I don't know what you call them. I don't know. We just call them defenders. I'm trying to think of like a cool name for them, but we'll just call them the defense guys.
Yeah, but who are like what would you consider in a defensive guy?
A defense guy.
What are their main positive attributes that makes them a defense guy?
Um, like always looking out for the techs. You know, even if they don't, even if they're not like the highest, I guess like they don't have the highest technical prowess. They understand like where they lie on the team, and they know they got to look out for their guys. Um, that's what I would say, right? Because it usually falls under like a more leadership or support role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes that can be text, but I feel like more often than not, it's leadership.
Mm-hmm. So who would be defenders?
Who would be defenders
So as a tech, all you could really be is either an ankle grabber or a shooter. You can't
or a
be a
shitter?
defender as a tech.
You can be a defender as a tech. There's
Okay.
some techs that play the support role.
Yeah.
You know, and they may not be on the front lines, but like still they get a lot of shit done.
Yeah.
You know, like the guys that like
So,
they do
but
the
are those shooters?
no, they're defenders.
They're so they would
Yeah,
be considered defenders. So of techs, who would be considered a defender?
defender defend for techs. It'd definitely be like the guys that are like they might not be strongest technically, but they're like the hard working guys. Like when it comes to the weekends, they're doing like the worst PMs, and they don't give a. They're just like, I'm just gonna hammer all these out. Don't worry, guys. I will do this. I'm the sacrifice.
Yeah.
I will do the shitty PMs every weekend.
Yeah.
Give me the shitty jobs. I don't give a like.
Yeah.
I might not be as technically skilled as everybody, but I'm gonna.
Do you
I'm
know
gonna
who
take
that
these
was
hits.
for you?
For me,
Who kind of like paved the way for you? Because for me, it was Phil and JD. Because they paved the way for me to be good. Because they would handle all the PMs and all all the shit that I chose to not do so I could focus on this other shit that eventually got me to the understanding
Yeah.
of where
I feel bad that I don't know who it was.
it was.
Because when I started, I was a defender. Like I was like every weekend when we would come in, I was doing hella PMs,
Mhm.
and I just thought like that's what I had to do. But then I know definitely I like diverged from that. I would say Antonio, man, dude. Antonio for sure. Antonio's a
Antonio.
fuck.
Strong
I don't.
defender. Strong
Yeah, for sure, dude.
defender.
Yeah, one of the strongest men.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that he's like years old too, man. Like that dude farts dust. I gotta shit on him because he always calls me baby squirrel every time I see him.
Baby squirrel.
And dude, it was crazy. One time when we were on night shift, he was talking to me and like I forgot what the subject was, but he was like, "Yeah, a lot of these younger guys don't really understand like like what they're supposed to do, like us older guys." And I was like us? Excuse me? Like us? How old do you think I am? And he was like, I don't know, like late 30s, early 40s. I was like, are you fucking serious? I'm 22, bro. And I was like, I need to get off night shift. This is killing me. He said that. I've gotten ones where it was like, okay, they think I'm like 30 or whatever,
Yeah.
all that shit. Cause I did look like shit on night shift. But bro, like that one hit deep. I'm never gonna forget that shit for the rest of my life, bro. That's like nearly 2 decades away. This motherfucker wasn't like a couple years off. He was 2 decades off. Crazy.
Yeah.
I turned 21 like literally right before I got to Tesla.
Yeah.
So it was like, bro, 2 fucking decades, dog. Old ass mother.
So Antonio a defender. Who else a defender?
Man.
I used to see
But
Billy in that position.
Billy, yeah.
Billy.
Billy was a defender. RP Billy.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
No, I need to get Billy on here. I'd love to talk to Billy.
Dude, that would be the greatest
I would
episode,
love
bro.
to talk to Billy. Yeah.
Is he still in Austin or?
I think so. Yeah, I need to figure out. I have his number. I'll reach out.
Yeah, he's on Facebook. You get him off of Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got him. I barely check Facebook though.
Yeah.
Who else is defender? Fuck. While I was in Cybertruck as a tech, Madison was a huge defender for me.
Dude, yeah.
For sure.
Madison is a defender for me right now.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can tell you're giving him all the shitty work. Man.
Yeah.
And I know because I talked to him about it and he's like, dude, I hate everything that I'm doing right now. And I was like, well, you got to do it. So.
Yeah. Madison is the biggest, is probably the heaviest defender out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah. Because Antonio used to be my defender.
Yeah.
But Madison's out there.
Who else in Cybertruck is a defender? There's definitely.
I mean, Daniel Lopez gets in there.
Daniel's a shooter now, though.
Yeah, I mean, he could play both sides.
He definitely was a defender, but I think he's a shooter.
Yeah.
Now he's a fucking shooter.
Yeah, but he could still be a defender if he chooses to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting up there, man. He might be an ankle grabber one day.
One day.
I know he's grabbing he's literally grabbing ankles right now.
Shout out Daniel.
Shout out Danny. Crazy ass. Horny ass midget. It's crazy. But yeah. Danny's a good dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's another category, good dudes.
Yeah, good dudes.
I don't go if you're a shooter or a shitter.
Yeah.
Good dudes is a whole different category.
Good dudes. Who's a good dude? Madison's in the good dude category.
Madison's definitely in the good dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about Walter, but I feel he's a good dude.
Yeah, good dude.
Genshis is a shooter, and I feel like he's a good dude. Even if he's a little autistic or some shit, but he's still like a really good dude. Who else? Will Banks. Will's a good dude. Good father.
Yeah.
Actually, like every time I've like, yo, you want to go out? He's like, no, dude, I gotta put my daughter first. And I'm like, you're a fucking good dad, man. Um, I'm blanking out for real. Jaime Jr. Jaime Jr. is being a better dad now.
Oh yeah, he's a dad
When
now,
he
huh?
said that he was having a kid, I'm not gonna lie, like Jaime's my boy, but I was like, bro, are you gonna be good? And he turned out to be good. So
uh-huh.
yeah, he definitely cares about his family a lot. So who else, man? I know there's more good people. There's plenty of good people, but
Billy.
Billy, yeah,
Billy.
Billy's a good dude.
Yeah.
Um,
Ram. Travis.
Ram, Travis, yeah. I'm thinking about people we haven't talked about.
Oh yeah.
I can't think. I can't think.
uh, Jacob Sauceman, as far as I've ever worked with him and any conversations I've had with him,
Yeah,
yeah, he seems like a real good dude.
Sauceman, Keymore.
Kimo,
Keymore seems like a pretty good dude.
Shout out Christian
Shout out
Alvarez.
Christian, you little bitch.
Yeah, he's avoiding this podcast, dog.
Yeah,
He would be a great app, but he's avoiding it like the plague.
yeah. Fucking bitch. Fucking quit Tesla. Nah, I
He's
get it.
working again. I think he's working again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where?
I don't
And
know.
why
I
would he
forgot.
not stay at Tesla if he was just gonna work?
No, I don't know. It might be a better situation.
Or
I
he could come
forgot.
back in 6 months. Shout out Christian, you better come back.
Shout out. Come to Cybertruck.
Uh,
lead the engineering team.
there you go. Or the other one, or Cybercab.
Yeah. Do you imagine? Like, because Christian started out as Baby G.
Yeah. And then he worked up to tech. Or worked up to tech. He worked up to lead. Then he was close. I mean, I don't know actually how close he was to getting into engineering, but dude, I don't know why he fucking left, man. He's in a good fucking spot.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I think everybody gets burnt out at some point.
Yeah, I understand that though.
Yeah.
I do get that. Dumbass. Yeah, dude. I knew him from Toyota. I know you know.
Yeah.
I knew him,
Yeah.
and that was always funny. Us working there. We were even younger, so we were doing stupider shit. I remember. I mean, I don't work with him anymore, so it doesn't matter. But I remember one time, like, we came into work and this was smoking a dab pen, like in the smoking area outside.
Yeah.
And it was in the apprenticeship thing. I think I was getting hired on, like full time tech, and he was in the apprenticeship. And like his cohort, like his group, his year of guys or whatever, dude, they would be smoking dabs and shit. Not like dabs, but they'd have the wax pens.
Yeah.
Fucking retards. I would never do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how he shot up so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, we all kind of shot up pretty quickly, relatively, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I look back and it feels like I still barely got to Tesla yesterday.
Yeah.
Crazy. And it's been like, how long has it been for you? Like 5 years? 6?
At Tesla in total?
Yeah.
In total, like 6 years now?
6 or
7 years?
7? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's been like 3.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I think it's been 3 as a technician. Or 4 or something.
Yeah, because you were in material handling before, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Those are fun times too, man. Shout out to material handlers out there, man.
Yeah. Shout out. Yeah. Just gonna keep shouting people out. Run out of shit.
Yeah.
Shout out Rode. The stands for the microphones. Shout out. What is that coffee? Black Rifle Coffee.
Black Rifle Coffee. Shout out Daniel Musta's new company once he starts making CNC products.
Yeah, shout out Lost Spirits. Even though you guys don't exist anymore, I'll always think about you. You'll always have a place in my heart.
Do you take videos and play?
I did. I'll send some to you so you could
Alright.
you could do the clips.
Yeah.
I'll send you the sexy ones so you could put those in, just ass cheeks straight up on the screen. Yeah.
But all right, dude. What's the one thing we didn't talk about that we should have talked about?
We covered all the bases. What we talk about? We talked about religion. We talked about big companies and like all the bad shit in food. We talked about Israel. We didn't talk about Halloween enough. Shout out Halloween.
Shout out Halloween.
This is a Halloween special, right?
The Halloween special.
Dude, shout out Halloween. What else? Talked about work a little bit. Talked about shooters and ankle grabbers and shitters. Talked about if the human race is gonna go extinct or not.
Yeah, it's definitely going extinct, right? Like we're on agreement on that.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're pretty. I think maybe we won't go extinct, but a lot of people are gonna die. You know,
I could put that at the beginning of the podcast.
you put it the Halloween story.
Yeah, the podcast will begin with Carlos's personal Halloween story, and then we'll drive straight into Israel.
You'll cut it. That's the biggest Halloween story, huh? That's the most scary shit.
It's scary,
Fuck
right?
ghosts and all that.
It's scary. Is it not the scariest thing?
It is
terrorism.
scary.
Terrorism was the scariest thing for America, right? That was the most traumatizing things for Americans, right? Overall, right? At least the people that are living right now. Right now, the most traumatizing thing for American is the memory of 9/11, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was getting my ass wiped and I was in diapers, so I don't remember that. But
right, but it's the most emotional, right?
Yeah,
it's where most Americans get their moral compass from. Either 9/11 or World War II.
I do think that's an issue, though, right? Like with a newer generation that didn't really have to go through that, like we have no connection to that, and we're seeing it completely different. Mm-hmm. You know, like, yeah, you went through this, but this is what we're seeing now. You know what I mean? That happened like over 20 years ago. You know? Yeah, I'll take one. And it's like, are we worried about some shit that happened 20 years ago? I want to use it. Dude, use this one, dude.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, you can use it for yours, dude. Boom, look at that, dude. I got this at a bachelor party, dude. I got hammered. Dude, I got hammered at this bachelor party, and I started talking politics with my uncle and, like, I think his roommate. Wow. And we were talking about a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to shit on his roommate right now, but he's still a cool dude. Like, after the conversation, you know, like...
Your uncle's roommate?
Yeah. I'm going to shit on him right now.
Yeah.
But, like...
No hard feelings.
Yeah, no hard feelings, definitely. Even after we were done yelling at each other, like, it was still, like, no hard feelings. You know?
Okay, so it got to yelling. Well, at least you go into it.
To a certain extent, awesome. Like, it was very passionate.
Yeah,
you know?
That's good.
And I was, you know, one of the big points that my uncle was making initially was like, okay, billionaires shouldn't exist, right? And I was putting my input on that. And his roommate was dick riding pretty hard, you know, saying like, oh, well, you know, they work really hard. Like, they've earned it. You know, they've done a lot of things. And then, you know, my uncle's like he doesn't hide how, you know, he feels when he's arguing. He's like he's literally rolling his eyes and shit. And he's like, what do you think? They call me CJ. That's my, you know, like, that's what my family calls me. Yeah. It's like, what do you think, CJ? And I was like, dude, you need to get this, like, you need to get these billionaires' dick out of your mouth, you know? I think my uncle said it first, but it's like, these people do not work hard. They step on the backs of, like, regular working people to get where they are, you know? Like, they do not deserve the vast amount of shit that they have. Maybe, you know, maybe they can have more, who gives a but if they are not spreading it down to the people that work below them, and they are not, you know, rewarding them properly, then it's a up system.
Would you separate billionaires into different categories, or just like billionaires in general?
No, billionaires in general. Okay. If you've gotten to that level of wealth, then I think you've just stopped caring about, like, actually spreading it to, like, enforcing the system that was ideally created, right? Where it's like everyone can benefit off of this. Yeah. It's like you're getting to the point where it's like, okay, you're really trying to push this shit up when you don't need. Who the needs $1 billion? Mm-hmm. Nobody.
Yeah.
Who the needs like $100 million? You know, you don't need that. I'm never gonna make that much money in my life, and I will be able to provide for myself for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, why do you need that much?
That's a good question to ask yourself, and to actually have a good answer to it. Um,
But,
who needs $1 billion?
yeah,
Like, what's the rationale for having more than $1 billion? Would it be um because how would you acquire those $1 billion? The type of people that started their own business, let's say it was a hardware business or maybe even an oil business, something logistically to try to connect and or to try to network the different aspects of the oil business or the hardware, but whatever the case may be, if the
yeah,
business grew enough to where the value of the shares that you own inside this organization that you created uh, get to a level that gets you to what would be considered a billionaire status.
yeah,
What should you do at that point? Should you divest your share? Should you um because even if you divest your shares, that means that you also lose control of the company you started. So what once you get to that position, what should people do once they get to the billionaire status? Do they give away their control of their company, or they figure out a way of how to maintain control of
I
their
mean,
company while not surpassing a certain amount of wealth?
I think the whole system of them getting to that point is what's up.
Uh huh.
Like the math was off from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Like whether it's like shareholder value or whatever, just allocating that much wealth to just particular individuals or groups doesn't make sense mathematically, right? Like I thought capitalism was supposed to be like, however much work you put in is however much you receive, but it doesn't seem like that, you know?
What do you
Like the
define as
numbers,
work, though?
like
Like physical capital or intellectual capital? What mix between the two?
both, I guess the hours you put into,
Yeah,
right?
because you could have gifts like intellectual gifts where you could be like, Einstein or Tesla or whatever and be this genius in science and mathematics, but that doesn't translate to wealth. We don't reward that a whole lot,
Yeah.
but we do reward people that organize these skills together, and that's kind of how the organizers are really the wealth generators.
Yeah.
The innovators are like the spark, the fire within that organization.
Yeah.
Everything else around it is mechanics.
But I don't think it should be rewarded that highly. I think maybe you should probably get rewarded more, right?
Yeah.
But at that point it's like
So where does
when
it cap though?
the cap,
Yeah.
I'd probably say like 10 million a year, dog, from all your investments.
That's how much your company can grow.
No, like that's how much an individual can gain. You know what I'm saying?
Whether it's like, are you talking liquid money or value in their shares?
All of the above.
Okay.
Total assets, liquid, non-liquid,
Hmm.
all that shit.
So if Tesla increases by 10% this year, and that in itself, with the amount of shares that someone in the company has,
Yeah.
that puts him over the threshold immediately.
Yeah, then they should go somewhere else.
Where? Who's they?
They
Where
should
are
go
they
back
should
into the company, you know?
the
If
money?
if you were able to gain that much wealth from the increase in, the value of the stock for this company, then it should be like, okay, you got your massive dividend from it, right?
But Tesla doesn't give dividends.
Or well, I don't know what the fuck that means, right? You got your massive portion,
Uh-huh.
right? You got your massive portion of the money.
Dividends is when, like, let's
Yeah.
say you own a share, therefore the company, by the company laws, now owes you like 10% or 10 cents per profit that they made or
Yeah.
whatever. Like they give you money, like physical money back, not value of your shares, but actual tangible wealth that they
Yeah.
transfer. But Tesla doesn't do that. They just they give shares based on how like high they can get them.
Yeah, yeah. I think either or, right? Whether it's a dividend or just the value of the stock or the shares.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think once you hit that 10 million cap for the year, I mean, $10 million a year,
Yeah,
you need much
for
more than
that
that.
year. For that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like in 10 years, you can make $100 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but in the sense of the value of a company going up, therefore the value of your shares go up.
Yeah.
Once they hit that 10 million, what happens to the shares? Do they have to
Uh,
sell everything else immediately, or
no, it just goes back to the company.
it
It
goes
goes
back?
back to the company, and then they give it back to the people that actually like
But who is
worked.
the company? Who owns the shares in the company?
I mean, I don't know how that shit works. I'm gonna be honest. What I'm trying to say is like say all these people, they make their money and all that shit, and there's like say there's like 100 people that go over that 10 million mark, and
Hmm.
all that extra money equates to like you know maybe around like 40 million bucks amongst all of them, right? All that money I feel like should go back to the company and should go back to the people that work there, right? Because they helped all of these shareholders
Hmm.
receive all this more money. So
Yeah,
it's like all the extra shit, send it back.
yeah. So you give all these people, the like production associates, maintenance technicians, all these people, like any of the shares that they're able to sell off after the 10 million, that comes back to like let's say in form of bonuses
Yeah.
to each individual production associate, each individual maintenance technician and engineer and so on.
Yeah, yeah.
That means that we get that wealth. That means that we make a fuck ton of money that year, a fuck ton of money. And it's like, okay, uh, what would you do at that point? Once you know that you just got a $500,000 bonus, what would you do?
I'll keep going.
You would keep going.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing. Some people fuck quit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, well then they made their money.
yeah,
I mean, they put the work into it and they got the rewards and
yeah.
then they can fucking bounce, you know? Same thing with like the shareholders. They invest into the company, they make their money, then they can choose to bounce if they want to. Same thing. It's
Hmm.
just one you're providing like
Yeah, but when you're a shareholder in that, like in like one of the top shareholders, if you bounce, the fact that you bounced will tank the stock immediately. Like it's like mutually assured destruction for a lot of these shareholders.
yeah,
And in Tesla's case, well, Elon is the number one driver, whether it's up or down.
yeah. It is kind of mutually assured destruction, right? Like
Hmm.
if we just choose to stop doing this shit, stop working and stop like contributing to the,
Yeah.
increase of the value of this company, then it's like you're kind of too, huh?
See, that's the thing though, is that I kind of put these billionaires in different buckets. The bucket of the billionaires that are earning their money from war, the bucket of billionaires that are earning their money from finances, i.e., credit cards or any kind of debt. Like those are the two types of and these technology billionaires. All these billionaires in these buckets are kind of where my headspace is kind of centered around. And I'm happy there are more people that are kind of focused on other types of billionaires, but I think these types of billionaires are like the movers of this world that we live in right now. These elites, these like old timey elites, including people like Bush, including people like Cheney, um, all these people that used to be in the FBI or CIA or in positions of power, they're still like hovering around DC, that still have influence within those organizations, that still have classified access to all the U.S. Secrets. Like I think
Yeah.
all these people are kind of the people that kind of deserve most of our attention, as opposed to these other people that are actually making things For example, the people that are really putting a lot of money into manufacturing in the U.S., like
Yeah.
those are the people that I'm not too skeptical of, but I'm mostly skeptical of these individual, well, not individual, but groups of billionaires that consume most of my headspace, at least.
Okay. So I fucking zoned out. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm so sorry, dude.
No, no.
I got what most of
You're
what you were
saying,
saying, but
well, we ended up saying that you were saying people that don't participate into the system.
yeah.
Um, like if we could get enough people to get convinced to start participating in the system, and what I was taking off of that is this idea that was presented to me of people, enough people that are in debt, and especially with credit cards, and anything that has any bank or financial institution that charges you more than 10% on a loan, on any kind of loan,
Yeah.
is that's called usury. That's called you're taking advantage of people that are not in great situations. So if you're legally able to do that, if we had enough people that agree that you are not going to be paying off any loan that is over that amount of percentage of interest, that the banks would all collapse, and we would probably bring about a new financial system in the world, because the dollar is close to collapsing.
Yeah, but also the dollar is just what we use to assign value to other stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but if we can't assign value to the dollar anymore, then that the dollar doesn't assign value to anything.
yeah. I mean, I don't think we need the dollar, right? Like we need the stuff that the dollar assigns value to, right? And I'm sure we can find some other way to assign value to that, right?
Yeah, but if the dollar isn't it, that means the United States isn't in control of anything anymore.
Yeah.
So what does that world look like? Good or bad overall?
Uh, just the way the world always looks, good for some people, bad for others. Guess it's just our turn.
Well, for us, how would it look for us?
Not as great, I don't
Yeah,
think.
not good.
Yeah, everything would be super expensive.
Yeah.
It would be like one of those other countries where it's like you pay like fucking $2 for like a full meal or like $10 for a fucking low job, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. You think we're gonna become a third world country or what?
The United States,
Yeah.
I think we might separate into different
Yeah. Dude, I think it would
factions.
be badass if we separated.
Really?
Dude, if Texas was separate, bro, I'd rock with it, dog.
With Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate country or like nation state or whatever you want to call it.
What if it's like how Civil War described it in the movie?
What?
It's like
Yeah, but
Texas and California against everyone.
yeah, that'd be dope, but that's kind of weird that like Texas and California hate each other. They
Yeah.
feel like pretty similar. It's just like two sides of the same coin,
Hmm.
I think. And one side's calling the other side faggots, the other side's calling them retards.
Yeah.
But it's like kind of the same, I think. But I think in Civil War it was Florida that wanted to become a separate nation, right?
Hmm.
Dude, Florida's a wild card, dog.
Florida's always
Right?
yeah.
Dude, I want them on my side. I don't want to fight them.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was like Texas, Florida against everybody.
Yeah,
But the thing is, I think we'd be able to convince a lot of the people in the Midwestern states to come down to Texas and Florida
maybe.
and fight here. Like all those rural areas. Because they don't make a fuss, I don't think.
Yeah,
Like, you don't hear a whole lot of coming out of Wyoming or Idaho or anything like that.
yeah. So they might just stick with the powers that are already in place, you know?
Yeah, or, yeah, I mean, hopefully not, but
Yeah. They might be like, maybe a lot hasn't changed for them and they're just kind of like, whatever. Like, you guys are bitching and moaning about all this stuff. I haven't seen none of this,
yeah,
you know? Maybe that's how it is for them, you know?
yeah,
Or maybe they're tired of it.
tired of what?
Just all the bullshit. You
Yeah.
know, things getting like really expensive. You know, like I don't know. It sounds like I'm spoiled, but I feel like in the position that I'm in, bro, that I'm in, and the same position that you're in, dude, I felt like 20 years ago, we'd be like making bank, dog. Like
Mm.
we'd be like set
Oh
up.
yeah, like we'd be in the upper class,
Yeah.
really. It'd be in like those gated communities and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, this area is pretty
Yeah, no,
nice.
this is nice.
Yeah.
It's not nice. I'm saying like more so where we're borderline thinking about having like a nanny or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a maid.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's
But
crazy.
it's not like that anymore.
It's not. Six
Yeah.
figures ain't like that, dog.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I need to have like, I was going to say double six figures. I was thinking like 200,000.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was going to say that. Double six figures. That's a lot of figures,
Yeah,
dog.
it's a lot
Holy shit.
of It's hard out there. It's like I was telling Phil, if you're like working at McDonald's, like if that is your outlook in the next 4 to 10 years, and things are looking bleak.
Yeah, dude. I don't know how people who are earning minimum wage can like afford life. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I can afford it, because I'm in a pretty good situation. But like, I can't imagine the people that are making like $30,000 to $40,000 a year.
Yeah.
Holy, I feel for you, dog, and it shouldn't be that way. And yeah, kind of sucks. It's indentured servitude at a certain point,
Yeah.
It's like you need to constantly work, because if you don't, you're gonna be homeless and you're gonna lose your car. You're not gonna be able to feed yourself.
Yeah.
So you better work every single day. You better be begging for overtime.
Which is kind of how it is right now.
Yeah. One of the guys at work was literally crying to me because he's like, dude, I have my family. I have like 4 fucking kids, and I can like barely take care of them. And he's like, please, like any opportunity you have for I'm like, dude, I'm not even the one that like decides this shit. He's like, please, any opportunity you have for overtime, like, please give it to me. What's this?
And so I've often thought if I were to retire, maybe I would start a political movement, a new party in the country where the whole purpose is to bring the banks to their knees and shut them down, where just you encourage everyone who's deep in debt to stop payment. How about 100 million people stop paying their car loans, their mortgages, and their credit cards? In the same way that Donald Trump once said, if you take a big enough loan from the bank,
it's their problem.
It's their problem. You're kind of in charge of the bank at that point. I would think it'd be kind of cool to do a crush the banks political party where you just all of a sudden everyone stops payment at once. And then, then you sit down with Jamie Dimon and renegotiate.
Yeah.
What about that? I kind of like that.
I would rather punish them incrementally and just let the demand for their horrible product dry up over time.
Yeah.
And let that be reflected a little bit at a time in their stock price instead of one morning in their stock price. One morning in the stock price, all the banks are broke. Feels a lot like 2008.
There are a lot of downstream effects.
Pretty chaotic situation for the world.
And so I've often thought if I were to retire, maybe I would.
Does that make sense?
It does. But I don't get the like it'd be a chaotic situation for the world.
Well, because if the stock price of these banks went to zero,
Yeah.
that would mean that money means nothing to anything, and all our systems cease to exist. Therefore, there is no organization. Therefore, there's a lot of chaotic, like a lot of deaths, a lot of bombs. There's no government anymore, and it throws everything into the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you prefer that or prefer what we got now?
Well, that's the thing is, I think that's where we're going.
Yeah.
But as to whether or not we're all aware of it and we all start talking about how we're going to handle the situation, I think that's kind of where we need to kind of guide our conversations to, is to try to understand how this is going to change our lives and how much of a dramatic way, and what do we need to do to protect ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. Like, if the world collapsed, as long as I could feed myself and, you know, I guess wipe my ass. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
if we rely on the system that much, it's kind of like a parasite.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do you have any thought leaders that you follow?
thought leaders.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that means. Probably I don't.
Like the ideas that you have, the opinions, the information that helps you form your opinions on things. Where does that information generally come from?
Just like random people on the internet, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
like half of the time I don't think it's real, and I don't give like what side the rhetoric's coming from or anything like that. Like half of the time I'm just like, should I be believing this shit? Probably not. You know, it's probably thrown to an extreme or something like that. So, and then I just think if I tie myself to a certain thought leader, it's like it kind of closes me off to other people. So it's like,
What if you cling yourself to separate thought leaders that have separate views on different things,
yeah,
but also join on certain issues?
I think that's cool. I think you should listen to as many people as you can, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't just listen to Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens. Listen to, I don't know, whoever the fuck on the left. Who's on the left right now?
David Pacman.
David Pacman. Go listen to David Pacman. And,
But he's also kind of listen to genuine people, I would say.
yeah.
People that you find that are genuine, that pass your bullshit test. Like
Yeah.
if they're able to pass your bullshit test, then all right, then that's fine.
Candace has been kind of like, I've seen some of the stuff, like some of the stuff that you sent me.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately she did not pass my bullshit test because she was like, yeah, I got all this info about like, you know, some shit that people were saying and I got names and all this and I'll drop it if I have to. And it's like, then fuck drop it.
Yeah, she did drop it though.
She did? Oh, dude. I haven't looked into it after that.
She dropped the screen grabs and individual people that were in that group chat. At least public individuals she named.
Yo.
But yeah, in that group chat, Charlie said that I have no choice but to abandon the Israel cause.
But did somebody say like, you good?
He also said on that message that another Jewish billionaire has decided to cut funding. And then he also said all these Jewish billionaires are falling into the Jewish, what's it called? Stereotypes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What Jewish stereotypes? Like, did he say or no?
No, he didn't specify what stereotypes. He just mentioned stereotypes. Like, cause the Jews that are leaving, that are cutting funding to his organization are cutting funding because he's not, or no, not even anything that he says. The reason they're cutting funding to his organization at the time were because they would not ban Tucker from the stage. Tucker Carlson, who has recently been really critical of Israel.
Yeah.
And also for holding a debate between Dave Smith and Josh Hammer.
I don't know who any of this.
Well, Dave Smith is is like a pro-Palestine, anti-Israel type of perspective. He debates from that side, and Josh Hammer debates from a Zionist perspective.
Okay.
And why the relationship between the U.S. and Israel is a good thing. And Dave tries to debate why the relationship between Israel and the U.S. is not a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like a pretty toxic relationship.
Yeah. But the very idea that he was holding those conversations, holding those debates was infuriating enough to a lot of these Jewish billionaires to start pulling their money.
Yeah. I think that's pretty evil in itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're trying to win by just like wiping out the other voice.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah.
If you can't win by just like actually proving your point and you have to like resort to that,
Yeah.
then kind of right.
And that was Charlie's argument.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are losing the argument here. He even sent a letter to Bibi Netanyahu telling him, like, dude, whatever you're doing, it's not working, and you're losing the argument. So figure it out.
Yeah.
It was the vibe of the letter that he sent him. And then with these texts that happened recently, like 2 days before he was shot, like in the perspectives were changing quickly,
Yeah.
like really quick. And right now, the tensions between Israel and the U.S. are higher than they've ever been. Trump and Netanyahu are not on the same page anymore. Trump just said forcefully, Israel will not annex the West Bank. They will not. I will
Yeah.
not allow it. And
Crazy.
Israel is now saying that we are an independent state and we do whatever the we want. And when J.D. Vance went over there to Israel to try to make sure this ceasefire stays, the Knesset, their government, passed a bill saying that they're going to annex the West Bank, which is basically a huge insult to the vice president. And he took it as an insult, and he was talking shit on camera as well, that he found that insulting. And it doesn't matter whether it was a political stunt. That shit shouldn't be happening right now, especially with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
right now
crazy.
they are in direct, like, back and forth right now. So it's getting wild. It's getting wild real quick.
Yeah.
This is the first time that since Trump's been in office that he's done anything that's remotely like
That's
actually
good, man. That's
not.
a good step in the right direction.
Dude, it feels dangerous.
It is dangerous. Do you think we're going to go to war with Israel?
I feel the pressure for him. I don't think we'll go to war with Israel. I think we'll go to war with ourselves. I was talking to Phil about this idea of dual citizenship, of dual loyalties.
That's so retarded.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can have dual citizenship, but you shouldn't be in the government if you have dual citizenship. You shouldn't be in either government if you have dual citizenship.
Yeah, if you have dual loyalties. If you're in the government, your only loyalty should be to the United States, and that's it.
Yep.
No question, no, like, at all.
Yeah. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
That's where I think our biggest problem is.
Yeah.
If we separate from Israel, there's a lot of people within the United States, both in coalitions and within government, that are big Zionists, that will act as like spies within the U.S. to give Israel information to try to drive the narrative and to try to drive the decision making within the White House. This is the type of shit where I'm 100% sure presidents do die based on how they feel about Israel.
Yeah. That happened with JFK, no?
Yep.
Yep.
And I think they're all aware of it.
Yeah.
They're all aware of it. Trump's aware of it.
Yeah.
His daughter married a Zionist.
Yeah. So it's either like they're okay with it, they're complicit in it, or they're just trying to save their own ass or whatever.
Something. But right now, what he is saying publicly, and as forcefully as he is saying it, it feels heavy.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. It does make me feel like they know the pressure they're in, and they know how heavy this is on them.
Yeah.
And that they are putting the target on their back.
Yeah. They're like, yo, these motherfuckers already had the gun in my head. So it's like, obviously, I got to like be complicit with this. But now these other guys are pointing the gun in my head. I got to pick a side, bro. Well, I'm going against these guys. Fuck, they pulled the gun first. So
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I can't imagine what it is like to actually be in politics.
It's terrible.
To be in these rooms talking about these types of deals. Imagine being in the room between Trump and Netanyahu, talking about this genocide. Do you even bring up genocide? Do you say that word?
I don't know. Maybe he's like, BB, you got to check out this new golf course that I checked out. You know, like he's talking about golf or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I wish I had a better Trump accent.
The Trump accent is
So
part of
good.
American culture now.
It is, dude.
That is his gift to society.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd like to think that they actually get pretty intense, like really intense, and that there's like political jujitsu that's happening in those meetings. I'd like to think that there's actual, real
Argument.
intellectual arguments in those rooms.
I think sometimes.
Yeah.
I also think sometimes it's just like they walk in and one guy's like puts his dick on the table and he's like, "This is what we're gonna do," and he says what they're gonna do, and it's like, "Do you agree?" Say yes. And I was just like, "Yes," and then that's it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you got to do that. I mean, I assume. Well, I don't know. Would you ever go up to the table and say, "I have nukes pointed right at you right now"? Say yes, or I'm blowing the shit up.
No, because I would be bluffing. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd need to like evaluate what I'd actually do.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say nukes. I'd be like, I got an ICBM locked on this bitch. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna blow everything up in like 20 blocks.
Yeah. I
So,
have your daughter.
yeah.
What are you gonna do, Mr. King?
I have Mr. King.
Yeah. Whoever.
Mr. King.
Mr.
What?
President.
Oh, okay,
whatever the fuck.
Mr. King.
Yeah.
I was like, who the fuck are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Do you think you would approve of that, of this a leader of a state like kidnapping their daughter to be able to get leverage in a negotiation?
I think that's scummy, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty dog shit. That
What if your CIA and your like whole spy apparatus like told you this is the only way to be able to get peace in the Middle East or something?
yeah, I guess I'd do it. I mean, if I didn't do it, a lot of other bad shit would happen.
Yeah.
Still, so it's like, yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah. Now the politics is interesting, man. Did you know that Trump personally called Candace
Really?
about the Brigitte Macron shit?
What is that?
Do you know President Macron, the president of France?
No.
Well, his wife is Brigitte Macron. If you ever seen her, Candace's claim is that she's a dude
Okay.
and that she has proof. And
Where did this stem from, though? Like, what?
journalists in France that started this story about Brigitte. It was originally supposed to be like a glam shot about Brigitte, like a woman empowerment, like a feminism type of a report about Brigitte. But then they started investigating, like they were trying to get like her history, right? Like old pictures of her in school, how she grew up, where she came from, what, like how did she become who she became? But they couldn't find any information.
No.
All the information that they were able to find was of this other guy in their family, and it was a guy. There was never a girl in their family pictures. It was only this kid who eventually became a dude or a teenager or whatever. And then ever since became a teenager, then you never see any more pictures of that guy. Then you start seeing pictures of Brigitte. And Brigitte was like, she was like 47 or I don't know. She was really fucking old when she met the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. He was like 14 years old in school.
Well, she was what?
She was old. She was old.
Yeah.
And this kid was 14 years old, and she like came on this kid.
That's crazy.
And since he was 14 years old, they had this like romantic relationship.
What the fuck?
And now this 14-year-old at the time became president, and that's his wife now. The chick that
motherfucker got groomed, dog. That's crazy.
yeah.
we should.
Candace's assertion is that she was a dude.
Yeah, we should hang that bitch on start quoting.
Well, first we should find out if it's true. And the way that they're
Yeah.
reacting is super sus. Because the president of France literally told the president before he left that, hey, I have this problem with this lady named Candace who has this podcast that's talking shit about my wife. Like, could you take care of that? And
What?
Trump was like, yeah, I'll look into it. And so someone contacted Candace that knew her, started texting her. Eventually, she was like, no, I don't think I will stop. Like, what are you talking about? Like, why would I stop? After that, she got a phone call. And the phone call was from President Trump
Oh, yo.
saying, "Hey, Candace, like, chill with this shit. I'm trying to make this deal on Ukraine to make peace between Russia and Ukraine. Can you please chill?" And she was like, "Oh, what? Wait, what? What do you mean?" "Well, it depends. Like, well, what's the situation? I can't tell you the situation, but I need you to chill on this stuff so I could get Macron on this. Macron on to sign on this. So please chill." She's like, "All right, well, it just kind of depends." And then he was like, "Well, I mean, I'll come on your podcast. I'm great for ratings."
Whoa.
So Candace replied, "Well, the president of the United States is literally calling me over the president of France. So I think I'm pretty good for ratings too."
Damn.
So she said she'd think about it. And then immediately after getting off the phone with Trump, she called Tucker Carlson.
Yeah.
And she asked him, "Hey, like, he's telling me that the deal with Ukraine is contingent on whether or not I stop my reporting on Brigitte. What do you think? Like, what's the right thing to do here? Because I don't want to, like, not tell the truth, you know?" And he's like, "All right, well, if it is for the deal, then just tell him, all right, I'll stop for a few months until the situation changes. Once the situation changes, then you go all out again." And so that's what she decided to do. So she waited for like 3 months
That's crazy.
until she came out with that story that Trump called her.
That's wild. I would not shut the up. I'd be like, what the does your tranny wife have to do with the war in Ukraine? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But if you can't get over that shit and figure this shit out, you shouldn't be in power. You know? That's retarded.
That's wild, dude.
That's crazy.
The president of France was molested at 14 years old, and his molester is his wife, and his wife is a dude. Not only that, Candace goes farther. This is somewhere I haven't been able to get to yet, but she gets to the point where she claims that Brigitte is actually Emmanuel Macron's dad.
Wow. Yeah.
And if you tie this back to the whole sex trafficking ring with Epstein and all the relationships that happen between these people and all these paintings that you see.
Yeah. I think it kind of sucks that you almost have to pick the lesser evil, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Be like, oh, I got to put this like terrible like grooming shit to rest just so they can make a deal that maybe people will stop dying in another country across the world. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. Dude, I already think it's maybe, so I wouldn't stop. I'd be like, what? They want you to, they're using this like horrific event as leverage.
Yeah.
To like, so you stop talking about this shit?
Yeah. And
that is so stupid.
She talked about that on the show. Like, what the what? How are you going to put me in the situation that
you're the president. Figure it out. You know?
You tell him quit being a perv.
Yeah, like, dude.
Figure your shit out. We need to stop killing people.
Yeah. Like, sorry, dude, you got molested when you were a kid, but guess what? There's children dying. You know? So
that story was wild. This is why I'm so like back and forth with Candace, because she sounds so crazy sometimes. But when she's right, it's dude, like with this Charlie Kirk shit. It's been jujitsu, bro.
I gotta send you some memes, bro. I've been getting edits with like Nick Fuentes and Tucker Carlson and what's that Jewish dude's name? The Turning Point. That he was trying to take over Turning Point.
Take over? Are you talking about Josh Hammer?
No. I don't know shit. I don't know shit about
the kid that was on the private jet.
No, not that guy. I don't know if he's actually trying to take over, but
Andrew Colvett?
No, the Jewish guy, man.
Jewish guy?
Yeah, his sister has big tits.
Oh, Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, dude, I said that. You fucking knew. That's crazy. His
Only
sister has
because of
big
that
tits.
skit. Only because of that Flash
Oh
Kid
my
skit.
God,
You've
dude.
seen that, right?
Flash Kid.
Yeah, where like Rogan's interviewing Ben Shapiro, and he's like, "I know my sister has big tits. I get it. They're succulent. I get it. Everybody wants to do.
What?
Everybody wants to kiss them and do that. Everybody wants to do that shit. I get it. Like that. That's what the whole skit is.
What the fuck?
Dude, I gotta show this to you.
I would not, bro. Okay,
Yeah.
well, go to your Instagram. I sent you 2 reviews. So go check out your Instagram.
Let's see. It's just schizo guy.
Everybody wants to kiss my sister. Says,
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Carlos sent a message.
Dude, check it out, bro.
Nick Fuentes.
You ever seen this? Oh, wow. I don't know if you've seen it, but people are like shipping Nick Fuentes with Candace Owens.
What?
People are like shipping like Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens.
Shipping?
You know
What is
shipping?
No, what is that?
Shipping is like it's usually like a pop culture thing with like, you know, video media where it's like in a movie, like 2 characters, you'll ship them together. So it's like, oh, you want them to be together. Like you want them to, usually it's a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
You want them to be in a romantic relationship. So like characters from shows and movies and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Even like celebrities in real life.
Fuck.
Damn, the alarm went off, dude. They were like, stop talking about this shit.
Yeah. Shit, let's turn this up.
Can you pause it real quick?
Yeah. Oh, Nick Fuentes.
It's recording, right? Yeah.
Relationship between Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens.
Yeah, dude.
I
All
need to do
the
some-
No, you're good. I'm gonna give you guys some background, dude. All the internet chuds are shipping Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, and it's kind of up because Candace Owens has a husband and children, I think. So obviously, there's no real relationship there, but maybe there is. I don't know.
Dude, this is interesting because this is like the real life public drama that I feel like I never really get to talk about. I just kind of
Yeah.
have an internal dialogue about it. But
Dude,
yeah,
if you want to know about the retarded shit, I got you, bro.
Oh,
And this is a
love
retarded
it.
shit.
I
Look
love it.
You saw this one. Look at this one, bro. That's Kanye. Yeah, dude. Yeah, right. Isn't this awesome?
Oh my god!
I wish this was how the real movies were. And these are
They
just
should
like,
remake the whole movie, but we're like this.
dude, you've seen Megamind?
No.
You haven't? You haven't seen Megamind? Okay, well, there's some that I've seen where it's like Megamind. Like, click on that account, and there's more of them. Just that account.
This one?
Yeah. Spider-Man, look. Spider-Man, there you go. The fucking Candace Owens. Isn't that crazy?
Subscribe.
And then I see this gif a lot. People are always commenting on it and be like, bro, I bet Candace goes crazy on it, dog. I bet she goes crazy on it. And then we like put that gif on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you haven't seen that shit?
Dude, no.
I'm way more into the memes than like the actual messages they give
But the
out.
thing is that the memes come from the messages.
Yeah. Well,
Like
not
the-
this one.
I mean, it kind of describes like the situation a little bit.
Them shipping together? I don't know.
There's, I mean, because there's a lot of tension there.
I don't know.
But you know, deep down they both agree on certain things. There's
Oh, yeah,
there's
yeah.
just personal differences.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like actual like romantic relationship wise,
Mhm.
you know? They just
I mean, that would
meme
be
it like this.
yeah, because Nick Fuentes being this like he wants to marry a white girl, but in a parallel universe, he ends up marrying Candace.
Oh,
Owens.
dude, you have no. I've watched some clips where he's like acknowledging the memes.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, maybe, Candace can get it. She can, late at night, she can fry me up some chicken and all this shit. He's saying that. He's saying all that stuff. And it's like, yo, chill. He's digging into the memes, bro.
Oh, man. Dude, he knows how to communicate to the young people.
He does. He just speaks through memes.
Yeah.
That's why, a lot of the shit that he says is retarded.
Yeah.
But he's way more, he's like
not
Trump,
retarded because he can articulate like the argument for all of that shit.
Well, I'm not saying retarded literally. I say retarded as a, adverb for like every other word that I say. But like he just memes it out, bro. Like that's gonna connect him to a lot of like younger people.
Yeah.
He's like Trump. He's like an entertainer.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of shit that I don't really agree on with Nick Fuentes. Some stuff I do, but he is funny as I don't care who you are. He's funny as fuck.
He's really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started seeing these memes and I just love them, dude.
I went to Megyn Kelly event here in San Antonio. Do you know who Megyn Kelly is?
No.
She's like a news anchor type, like old school. Like she was a Fox News anchor, MSNBC anchor. Like if you saw her face, you'd be like, oh, I think I remember her in like conservative news type. She's like a Tucker Carlson type figure.
Yeah.
Coming from that old guard of elites in the media.
Yeah.
Well, recently she's gone independent, and all her independent journalists is just coming from her YouTube channel called Megyn Kelly. And it's actually gotten pretty big, and she has a good amount of influence within politics.
Oh.
So she's been going on this tour, which she was initially going to go on, inspired by Charlie and the shit that he does on college campuses. She started doing this tour, but then he got shot. So then she was like, "Oh, I probably shouldn't do this tour anymore since these issues are pretty hot, or whatever." But because he got shot, she felt this like, all right, well, I guess we're gonna have to risk it to get the biscuit.
Yeah.
So she's been going on this countrywide tour, talking about like doing her political show in front of people, so they could get like real time reactions, like random people, as opposed to like back in the day where you have like a select group of people that you let inside the studio, and then you like hold up the sign, laugh, applaud, like that type shit. What they're doing is they're going out on theaters and just selling tickets to people that want to pay to see their shit, to be able to react in real time. And they also have this like Q&A section where people come up, just random ass people come up and ask them questions directly. And recently, a lot of the questions have been about Israel, and these people that historically have been pro-Israel, like they've been stuttering a whole lot.
Damn.
A whole lot, dude. And you could tell, like when I was there, I felt the tension. I felt most of the crowd there was pro-Israel, but these people, you could tell they were like the black sheep across in the pond. I was also the black sheep. I was the only one that was going like woo when no one else was.
Yeah.
When it came to Israel. But yeah, there was a few questions where it got a little awkward. And then Megyn Kelly later on in the interview, when she's interviewing one of her people, she brings up that same question and puts the question on her. Do you support Israel or not? And you felt the tension again. Like it got, like you could feel the suspense, and you could feel like her response, like she was trying to figure out an eloquent way of trying to shape this into like a way where everyone isn't just going to get really pissed off.
Yeah.
But it's so wild how many people like older generation type people still support Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I like how we always come back to Israel.
I know.
Like I don't even know where we were. We were with like Nick Fuentes and Candace. And
if we're talking about Nick Fuentes, we got to talk about Israel.
Yeah, we got to talk about Israel.
But
did you ever see his debate with him and Dean Withers?
No.
Oh, that
I
was
don't
funny.
consume. I consume most of the memes. That's how
Yeah.
I get my information.
I think there 100% there was definitely memes made out of that conversation. It was funny as
Yeah, I remember seeing you did like a podcast with these two chicks.
who Nick?
Yeah, I don't remember who they were. That was
Oh,
like
Nick Fuentes?
yeah, that was like the most recent like actual media I've seen. And
Of him?
I watched the intro for like 10 minutes and then I stopped watching it. So everything else I get from like memes.
Yeah.
And then I'll go on Rumble sometimes and like open up his stream and then it's just his like 5-hour segment of propaganda and I'm like, when the you can actually talk? I guess he'll talk whenever he wants, but I just kind of click off.
Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever actually like tuned in
To his America First thing on Rumble?
Dude, he
No.
does like
I only get like clips, and usually they're longer clips, like 5-10 minute clips on X, where he kind of like starts rambling. Like whenever that Tucker Carlson like rebuttal came, like that was all over. Someone even made an anime. I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
yeah, you did, yeah.
That's
Where it
funny.
was all like dramatic speech and all that
Yeah.
shit with the rising music in the background. I
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, I mean, do I think he should be a figure that's like, publicly revered? Probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not for all of his shit. Like just because he's got some good aspects does not mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't wipe out like the multiple bad aspects.
But at the very least, people should be like,
Yeah, I mean, you should
debate.
still listen.
No,
You
no,
should
no,
still
no.
be-
I'm saying like people should engage him. People that
Yeah,
disagree with his ideas should engage and try
Absolutely.
to debate like the different ideas and
Yeah.
see which one wins in the marketplace of ideas.
Yeah, I guess I did say that he shouldn't be like a public figure, but I mean, he has a right to for sure.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
even if
These
he
crazy.
says some crazy
Yeah.
shit. Literal Nazi, proud to do it. I've tuned in and he's straight up like he's throwing that salute up.
Yeah, but what does it mean to be Nazi?
Yeah, I mean, I guess nowadays it's not that bad, huh?
No, I'm saying like back even in Germany during that time, how did Hitler like convince so many Germans to die for that cause?
Dude, honestly, I think most of them weren't really thinking like they didn't really dive deep into like, oh, okay, I really thought about like what the Jews are doing to this country or whatever, or any shit like that. I bet they just listened to this and were like, yo, I'm riled up. Like, I don't even give a This was like nearly a century ago. I'm sure like not as many people were like engaging in, deep thought. They're just living their lives. But I bet that motherfucker hops on that stage and he starts like giving his crazy ass speech and you're just hearing it and you're feeling it in your soul and you're like, yeah, dude, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I've been in situations like that where I'll hear a speech and I'll start getting hyped up and then I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, wait,
But that
what is-
depends on what they're talking about though, right? Like their topics at least have to hit.
I think now people are realizing like, yo, yeah, this shit has to like, I'm actually like listening to what they're saying, not how they're saying it,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you got to listen to like everything that they're saying, right? Like some dude, like how what's his name? Ted Cruz was talking about like he's like we need to stop like doing, we need to stop doing this. We need to stop doing that, and it's like okay, oh shit, he's saying some real shit. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop attacking pedophiles, and it's like yo, you threw in a curveball there, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the tactic, right? Like they'll throw all these like you got to be proud of your nation, you got to do this, you got to do that, and you got to kill the Jews and you got to do this. And it's like, yo,
Wait, what?
yo, must have been the wind, like, you know what I mean? I think that's how he did it.
Yeah.
I think that's how they do it most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
They throw in a lot of like, you got to be proud of like your heritage or your culture, your religion or your nation.
Yeah.
And then also you got to this group of people, you got to hate this group of people. But also you got to be proud of where you come from. And they're taking that from you. I don't care who you are. Somebody else is taking something from you. And you better be careful because they'll take everything you got. Even though I'm taking everything from you, but really, you should focus on this guy.
Don't focus on me.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
If I were the devil, if I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old, I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington.
George and
And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing it.
Real shit.
Damn, dog. That was in 1965.
What's his name?
Paul Harvey.
Shout out Paul Harvey, if you're not dead.
Shout out Paul Harvey.
That's some real shit, man.
Fire with the devil.
Everything's
If you were in the Matrix, well, I mean, if you got the choice, do you do the blue pill or the red pill?
red pill.
So you do want to be disconnected from the Matrix.
Yep.
What are you going to do in the future when they ask you to connect yourself to the next Matrix?
Probably gonna blow my brains out.
Oof.
Yeah.
I
If they make it a requirement,
Mhm.
I'd just be like, yeah, it's pretty cool that you got this shit going. Boom, 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 boom. And then I'd end with myself.
Yeah. So you would take other people?
I mean, whoever the trying to make me do it, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Even if
Like
kinda,
government employees type shit?
yeah, it kind of sucks that it has to be them,
Yeah.
but it's gotta. I think it still means something. You know,
Mm-hmm.
be kind of like, hey, resist as much as you can. You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
Does it feel like Star Wars? We're
Star
the
Wars?
Empire now. We're like the stormtroopers, and we kind of have to
Yeah.
decide if we're
You're
going
saying
against-
now, but it's kind of like the new Star Wars where the Empire has already been around for a while
Mhm.
and all that's left is the rebellion.
Mhm.
You know? And they've like been struggling for a while and still these motherfuckers are building the bigger Death Star the size of a planet they're about to blow up like 7 planets. I don't know what the name of the planets are, but I know they blow up some planets. Did you kick that shit or what? The
camera?
yeah.
Yeah, no, but you're still good.
Okay.
You still look okay.
What are we talking about? We're talking about Star Wars.
Star Wars, the United States being the empire of today.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah. I guess most governments
Most
probably like the
governments.
empire. Then
Yeah.
everybody else is a rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's their actual name? Are they just called the rebellion?
In Star Wars?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they're just called the rebellion, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't fucking know.
I think so.
Yeah, it's crazy times, man. But I'm down with it, dog.
Do you trust the people around you?
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
No. There's some people that I definitely trust, like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But not a lot, for sure. At least not like 100%. There's some people I trust like 90%,
Yeah.
or like 80%.
Do you trust any people in public life?
In public life?
Yeah.
No, not a single person.
Yeah.
I mean, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I throw at least like 50% at everybody. I don't start at 0.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, it definitely jumps up and down like pretty quickly. Especially with people I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think it always starts at 50 and then it kind of goes up. Nowadays, honestly, within the first couple interactions, shit can jump up to like 75%, 80%. I've been trying to be more trusting, but not to the extent where it's like,
100% right away.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? You like generally more trusting or no?
Well, I guess that's what this podcast is about, kind of.
What the fuck does that mean?
Trying to trust more people. Trying to figure out what gets people to trust other people.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I'm generally mostly trusting. Like, if I get good vibes from you, that's generally the biggest sniff test for me.
Yeah.
Whether or not you and I agree on certain issues, that's a different thing. I just need to know that you're a genuinely good person, or at least that tries.
I stopped trusting the vibe check.
Really?
I've been in some situations where it's like, I thought you passed the vibe check. Maybe it's just also my intuition is not as good.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, oh, dude, this guy passes the vibe check 100%. And then later on, it's like, yo, you're a piece of fucking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
You're a serpent. You're a snake.
But then that kind of adjusts your vibe check, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So now in general, I do not trust the vibe check. You know? It kind of like...
So you gave up on tweaking the vibe check?
I didn't give up on it. But like...
There's more filters after the vibe check.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, even after the vibe check, you're at 70%, but you can't
we're
get
talking
to
about percentages. Like, it's like, oh, I do the vibe check and automatically, like, if you pass a vibe check, you're up to 85%. It's like, no, if you pass a vibe check, you're going up to 60 from that 50. And then it's like, you're moving up, but it's not like you shoot up to, 80 to 90%. You know what I mean? I'm more like a slow build now. I got trust issues. I got trust issues, dog.
We all have trust issues.
Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't think it's an issue.
Yeah,
honestly.
But, so would you not be inclined to trust people in public life, especially the people that do like hundreds of hours of podcasts, trying to debate different ideas, and you could see their evolution over time to see.
I mean, like I said, I give people 50%, which is like.
But I'm saying public figures.
Public figures?
Yeah.
They get 50% too.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, no. You get most of your news from memes, right? Yeah. So how do you start gauging?
Everybody on my feed gets 10%. These guys are fucking retards, and I know it. If they're feeding me content, they're targeting me as a retard. They must be a retard. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
no.
How do you gauge trust in the information you're
In the internet,
taking? Yeah.
and the internet by default is 10%. I don't give a fuck who it's coming from. I don't give a fuck if I've seen 100 of your reels. 10%.
That's
all
how
the
much
time.
trust you give.
Yeah, in the
Okay.
internet,
Yeah.
I don't trust the internet at all, bro.
Yeah.
Because then, bro, like now AI is getting realistic as fuck. So it's like I gotta think about like, okay, I've been watching videos of this dude, and
Yeah.
I might see an out of context clip. How the fuck? Like, even it's getting to the point where I'm not gonna be able to recognize if it's AI. I haven't seen any video, at least to my knowledge, where I've been like, I can't tell that this is not AI, but it's getting close, man.
Yeah.
And once it gets to the point where it's like you cannot see the difference at all unless you're like super autistic or some shit. I don't know. You know, like you just have a heightened level of sense towards that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think my level of sense, I mean, it's higher, definitely higher than like older generations because
Yeah.
I've had technology for a while, right? But I don't think it's like eventually it's going to outpace even me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like by default, I'm giving that shit from I don't know, a couple months ago, I've been giving it 10%
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. What if you could find certain news outlets that allow you to feel comfortable giving more than 10%, or certain personalities?
I don't care.
You don't feel like you could gain
If
trust of
anybody's
people?
doing it in front of a camera,
Yeah.
10%.
Mm-hmm. Even a debate in front of a camera, even like their evolution of idea, like if they themselves get like introduced with a good argument against whatever their belief is, they themselves try to.
Yeah. I mean, if I look into it, I guess I could trust it more, right? But I'm saying like by default.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying like that you're capped out at 10%. You can never go past that.
Mhm.
But I'm saying like if I'm scrolling and immediately something catches my eye, it starts at 10%.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I look into it, I look at, other media, I actually like do my research, then it'll go up. But honestly,
What is the extent of research?
Google search, man.
Just a Google
So
search.
it's like, it
Yeah.
really doesn't, it still doesn't even go that high. Like I could do research on it and like fact check, and I'm still like, well, I know that Israel just signed that deal with Google, so I'll put it at like 20. I'll trust it a little bit, but I don't know. It seems
Yeah.
like the powers that be kind of manipulate like all the information we receive.
Yeah.
Like kind of started with textbooks.
It seems like our normal instinct now, as like our generation and below, is does Israel have something to do with it? We have to put this into the equation at the very least.
Yeah, not just Israel. I don't think it's just Israel. I think it's like all of the powers that be. Like major corporations. Like very large and powerful ideological
Banks.
communities, like banks, or
Banks.
whether it's like religious groups,
Banks
pushing
that
certain
own the companies that you're talking about.
yeah, or these certain like ideological groups that push certain agendas. I feel like they influence media a lot, and I think there's been a period where it's like between like all the boomer shit, like they had newspapers and like regular news stations, to like where social media is like accessible to so many people. There was a gap where it was like they couldn't control this shit because they didn't know what the fuck was going on. It's like now they're filling the gap.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're having influencers like spread propaganda or ideals instead of just like regular people, and it's sort of like starting to infiltrate like the shit that the younger generation has seen. So it's like now it's like I'm not even gonna trust this shit. I mean, really, I shouldn't have trusted this shit at all, right? Because it's the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'm not gonna trust it. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck if you're a boomer watching like the news, or a fuck Gen Alpha like looking at memes on your phone. You shouldn't trust it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fucking internet. The internet is the ultimate like shithole that anybody can put whatever information they want into, and it's hard to filter everything out. That there's just a bunch of random shit that people are puking and shitting and barfing into the fucking internet all the time.
Mhm.
So it's like, how do you know it's good or not? Or good is relative, but how do you know it's real or not?
Yeah. Depending on their history, I guess.
Yeah, dude, this whole podcast is AI. Like,
This whole podcast is AI. But that's what I mean is that now you kind of have to attach yourself to personalities that have a clue of what's going on.
yeah,
Yeah, like people that actually study this shit that you believe that actually have a genuine, like they actually try to read all the books. They try to articulate their ideas in a very genuine way. Like you kind of have to attach yourself to whoever you believe is telling you the truth out there. For example, like there are people that whoever ends up watching this, they're going to make a judgment as to whether or not whatever you're spouting is an actual genuine feeling you have,
Yeah.
or genuine thought that you have, or it's some kind of you're just regurgitating some idea just because you think it sounds cool.
yeah. It is total bullshit, though.
Yeah.
Everything I'm saying is total bullshit. Don't listen. I'm just speaking from my heart, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's the main thing that people kind of have to discern whenever you're talking in public like that.
I think you can, you know, you can listen to somebody's heart, and then you can also listen to the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two separate things, I think. You know, you gotta feel. Sometimes you gotta feel things out with your gut, and then sometimes you gotta think with your head.
Yeah.
And if you can't do both, well, kind of, because you need both right now. Because sometimes, like, your gut's just gonna like have a really bad feeling, but sometimes you gotta think it through. You know.
You killed us over a picture of a girl with big boobies?
How can you be so smart, yet so dumb? They're not just big boobies. They're a soothing ointment for men everywhere. Somewhere out there is the perfect rack. And maybe it's dumb, or not logical, but it gives us hope, okay? I'm sorry you can't see the value in that.
I showed Carla this one time. I was like, this is how much we appreciate Brad.
Yeah, I don't understand, man.
Yeah, the biggest thing was the Ben Shapiro thing and the description of how much breasts mean to us people.
They do, man.
Yeah.
I talk about tits all the time.
Tits all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love it.
What do you think is a male archetype nowadays?
Male archetype? What do you mean?
Yeah, like what should young people strive to as far as what is a male role model these days?
Male role model? I think you should just be somebody that's like true to your word, you know, and you take care of the people around you and sort of be a resource to others, right? I don't think you should like slave away for other people, but just being somebody that other people can rely on, you know, trustworthy.
Is that only for males or also females?
I think it's for females too. I think just for people in general.
What about specific male things that they should work on?
I guess like a protector and all that stuff. But I don't really know. I usually just think about like what good people should be. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of like what would you put you in that category? As far as pertaining to like gender roles, I don't really know. I don't know what a lot of women in my generation want. I guess maybe
They're
I
all over
do.
the place, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know what some of them do for sure. But then it's also like, what do I want to be? It's kind of nice because then I can be whatever, you know? And there's somebody out there that's going to want it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather be whatever I want to be and then be like, hey, if you don't want it, fuck, move aside.
Yeah.
You know? There's literally like a billion pair of tits out there, dog. Like, get the f out of the way, you know? So, yeah. I see a lot of people doom and gloom about, you know, this generation and like male loneliness and all that shit. But, I mean, I feel it, but I don't think it's like, I think we get past it for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I know there's some guys that I know that are like, as soon as start talking about women, they're like, whores, all of them. And I'm like, There definitely are whores. Let's
But you're a
acknowledge that.
pussy.
Yeah, but not all of them.
Yeah.
You know, it's like what happens when that chick is like, "Oh yeah, all men are terrible." It's like you're saying that chick's retarded. Here you are saying the same thing, but in reverse.
Yeah.
Retard too. You know, they're both retards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been kind of blocking a lot of that shit out of my head recently.
Why? The generals?
Just a lot of shit dealing with that, you know, because
Uh-huh.
I went through the breakup and all that shit. I'm just,
Yeah.
I want to get better in general before I start like getting back into that.
Yeah.
Even thinking about it, I really don't like thinking about it. I don't feel good
Yeah.
in that aspect.
You don't think feeling like what would make a male feel the best?
Best?
Yeah.
I think it depends, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What would make me feel best? I definitely want a family at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that classic archetype of like, you know, I have my woman and I have like 5 or 6 kids.
You can provide for her.
Yeah, I can take care of them, feel like a resource for them, someone that they can rely on. And, you know, just have them also take care of me in certain ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in all honesty, I don't think I'm that guy yet.
Yeah, you're working towards it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can tell that you're definitely not at that point.
I am
yet.
not. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
that guy that's like going to be able to provide everything for a woman, and I already know that.
Yeah, but
So it's like-
but you are aware of it, and you are trying to get there at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So
That is a motivating factor for you.
it is.
Yeah,
100%.
I think that could be a good motivating factor for a lot of guys.
Yeah, and I do get the doom and gloom because, dude, I've been cheated on several times already, and I'm getting tired of that shit. But then I also think like sometimes I haven't, and sometimes it just ends in like kind of like I wouldn't say like neutral way, but it's kind of like it wasn't meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, yeah, you get cheated on, but like, dude, suck it up, dog. It sucks. It does suck,
Yeah.
but so does life.
Yeah.
So
Move
on, bro.
Yeah. Get good at that shit.
Yeah. I didn't get scary though.
Moving on.
No, like just already having that feeling like loaded up in you, and then you're like
What feeling?
like the fear of like is this not gonna work out
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason? And then it's like you have to commit to something very serious. I understand why a lot of people like fear commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I mean, the last chick I was with spent like nearly 4 years with her, man, and then it's over.
Yeah, but
And-
what like commitment is to me is like once you finally decide to, all right, you're gonna be my wife.
Yeah, for sure.
You're gonna be my ride or die. Like that's it.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying like it got to that extent,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I think some people fear the amount of time that they'll put in. They'll feel like it's wasted time.
Yeah, I think that's more so for women though because they do have a time clock.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so do dudes.
I think
it's just
it
longer.
might be a devastating time for them if they invested a long time into a relationship and then maybe it's like their younger years or whatever. They feel like it's their prime years. And once that relationship ends, then they're even more devastated trying to couple with the idea that they've lost all their prime years or whatever. And now they have to restart.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have more empathy for them in that aspect of it, as opposed for us that we could just cut it off at whatever point. I've always said that our as far as what males have to offer to female, because each of us have something different to offer, right?
Yeah.
They have certain aspects that they can offer to the male figure, as opposed to the male figure can offer certain things for the female. Even to this day, as in the modern age where everything's kind of figured out for us, there's still a lot of emotional things that males have to offer as opposed to females, or vice versa, whether it's emotional or any other kind of attribute. I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah, you were making a point for a little bit, and then like the last like 20 words, I was like, What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
And I completely lost it too. Like,
God damn it, I
couldn't
lost
even
it.
help you get back on track.
Jesus Christ.
You were talking about, I don't know, you're having a lot of sympathy for women because they got a time clock.
Oh yeah, they got a time clock.
And then,
But we can move on. Oh, okay. So I was trying to make the distinction of what males have to offer to a relationship as opposed to what females have to offer. And I believe what males have to offer is their commitment. That, all right, this is it. I am going to marry you. I am going to be loyal to you. I promise that I am going to provide for you no matter what. You don't have to worry about like food or anything in the future. Like my job is to make sure that you never have to worry about that ever again in your life. Like that is a commitment I am making to you and whatever, however many children that we end up having. I make that commitment now to you. You do not have to worry about that anymore.
yeah.
That is what what I believe the male archetype has to offer.
That does make sense. I get what you're saying. It's kind of different nowadays for modern men, though, right? Like sometimes it's like, it's great, dude. If I was a woman, I would not want to put in more work. You know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, you're gonna take care of me. You better do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's do this shit.
Yeah.
But now it's like some chicks, want to work and do all that, and it kind of like disrupts that dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know how to navigate that. Honestly, I think I would like that more initially, but then I always have the image in my mind. It's like I could not imagine whatever woman I'm with like working while she's pregnant.
Yeah.
It would drive me insane. It would piss me off.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
that is something sad that I kind of say. I don't know. Maybe it's different for someone who has like some cushy job where they kind of just input numbers. They
Yeah,
just
that's
kind of
true.
have their own little. They can go at their own time. Like come in whatever amount of time that you want. If you want to put in 20 hours a week, that's fine. In
Yeah.
between
If
20
you're
to
working
40,
from home or some shit,
yeah,
you just gotta
that's up
hop
to
on a
you.
conference call.
Yeah, gotta hop on a
That would be
conference.
chill.
Yeah,
But
that'd be chill.
dude, if my girl was working as like a PA
Yeah,
while she's got like a 6-month belly,
yeah,
I don't even know how to feel about that.
yeah. It would like light a fire inside you, right? Like you
Yeah.
would try to figure out how.
I'd be like, yo, quit your job right now, please.
Yeah. You feel that responsibility.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like a lot more men are starting to feel that responsibility?
No,
No.
I think it's the same as it's always been.
Yeah.
You always got like deadbeats and guys that just don't give a I think they've been around for a while.
Yeah.
So
How do we reach people like that, man? Like, I really want people to start valuing babies a lot more.
I think you gotta start early. If it's too late, then it's a lot harder.
Early? What do you mean?
Like when they're younger,
Or like try to show them the value of what a baby is, why
because when they're
babies
older,
are.
it's like if they've already gone through their childhood and they've already like either seen, the lack of a complete family or this or that, then it's kind of hard to like, they've already got a picture of like what kind of happens,
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't have that image of like what a family could be. And maybe, I guess they might feel it like somewhere or something like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Whether it's outside of the family or whether it's friends or.
Did I finish what I was saying?
That's the problem with podcasts, man. You just you kind of go on a certain train, and eventually we get
rambling, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is an important topic with men nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like we need to push more of what it means to be a man and what people need, what men need to work for, at least, because that's something that we should all try to understand at the very least. Like women have their own way of trying to understand their aspect of things, and it's I think we
Yeah.
have our own problems over here where we need to figure our own shit out before we start trying to figure everybody
Yeah.
else's
I
shit.
think it's easier to start at the root of just like people being good people.
Yeah, but
and
that
then
goes
everything.
back to Phil as well. That usually that's the root. Just start being good people, but it's hard to be a good person when you just like just by a word you get enraged. People get enraged pretty quickly.
Yeah, but you got to show them like, even then you got to show them like, what's up, you know?
What's up?
Yeah. Like, I don't want to talk shit on my sister, but my sister's got a temper. And sometimes I'll tell her some shit and she'll get upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
She's been getting better, but I remember, I don't think it was that big of a deal. Like, I don't think she got that mad, honestly. But
Yeah.
I was texting her, and occasionally she'll like ask me for money, right? And I'm always like, no, you know? Because like 2 years ago, I lent her $50 and she never paid me back. And I'm like, until you pay me back, do not expect any. Oh, it's been 2 years? Even if you pay me back, I'm not lending you money.
Yeah.
Just because you didn't pay me back. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck if you're my sister.
Yeah.
And she asked me for, I was probably like $20, and I was like, no, you still haven't paid me back for like probably like the last 1 or 2 times like I've lent you money. I didn't really know. So she was like, really? Like, pull it up, you know, prove it to me. And I was like, okay, I will. I went on Cash App. I looked at all the receipts and I was like, boom, screenshot. 2 years ago, I sent you $50. I took a screen recording on my whole shit and I was like, you never sent me the money back.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh shit. It was like, don't worry, I got you. She was like, why didn't you say anything earlier? And I was like, because I didn't think you were going to give me my money back.
Yeah.
Like, do you even have a job right now?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not working. Like, how am I going to get my money back? And she's like, wow. I think she got a little offended by that.
Yeah.
But it was like, what do you expect? You know? It's like, you don't have a job.
Yeah.
How the f are you going to give me my money?
Yeah.
You're asking for money still. So it's like, how am I going to expect to get money while you're still asking for money? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But
the money
I mean,
thing
she's
really-
only like 18.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, she's not like super old
Yeah.
or nothing. You know, she
Oh.
barely graduated. So it's like,
Yeah. It's like you're still trying to teach her lessons and stuff.
yeah. Like, I lent her that money while she was in high school.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, now you're an adult, so figure it the fuck out. Yeah.
Oh man, that's all right, dog.
All
I
right.
feel like we made a marathon here.
We did.
Yeah.
It's been a couple hours.
You feel like
Are you
feel
going
like
to post all of it or are you going to edit it?
we'll
You
probably
gotta cut out a lot
probably,
of the shit out.
Yeah, probably have to do like part 1 and part 2.
Dude, that's awesome, though.
Yeah.
Halloween part 1 and part 2. Dude.
Yeah.
You got to cut it from when, like, the shit came off. of
Exactly.
the
That's what I was
costumes.
thinking, yeah.
Yeah. And then be like, it's a different day, dude.
It literally is a different day.
It is a different day.
Yeah. Dude, we got to work tomorrow. Or we got to work today. We got to work in a few hours.
Yeah. You got to watch Space King, though. You see this shit?
Yeah. You seen that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same guys then.
Warhammer parody guy.
Mm.
I don't know if you know anything about Warhammer. I'm into Warhammer, but it's like a Warhammer parody.
Mhm.
That's just funny as yeah. These
Yeah.
guys, they're literally like, their life force is like their testicles. And when
Mhm.
they die, they have a dude that like sucks their testicle out of their sack and puts it into another boy and they like respawn into that boy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that sounds crazy, right? You watch this.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, sounds good. Carlos Lara, Charlie Lara. Thanks for coming, man. We'll do
Yeah.
this again soon. I think a lot of
Absolutely.
people have been anticipating the podcast, and
Yeah,
I think we covered a lot of topics here, man.
we did, man.
Yeah.
I didn't hold back. I was not going to hold
Yeah.
back for this shit. I don't
You
give a
didn't-
fuck.
You didn't hold back. You didn't hold back at all.
I didn't. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck all
hell
these retards. All these Israelis that are doing crazy shit.
yeah.
Not all the Jews. Not all Jews are bad, but the Israeli government.
Yeah. The
All the
Likud party.
pedophiles.
All the pedophiles. The pedophiles.
Yeah. And who else? Who else should go themselves?
We the people should come together.
We got to grab them ankles, dog. Start
Grab-
grabbing ankles.
Grab ankles.
With consent.
Grab them ankles. Grab them ankles with consent.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
All the
Whoa.
time. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
All right. Don't break
Grab
my booty.
ankles. See you later.
Later.